goodbye, think I broke your trust, should've known this all along. Don't wanna be the one that you're trying to avoid. I'm feeling so confused, why did I act so annoyed? Cause I don't wanna be strangers, baby. The next time when we meet, and oh, it dawned on me, yeah, yes it did. Not letting you go, 'cause what we had was gold, and you gotta know, I was standing on the border. The walls around me kept me safe. I couldn't see that I was shutting you out. I was stuck up and proud, but I'm waking up now. Want you to know that I need you. Waking up now. You gotta know that I need you.
All right, let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Pansy here. Welcome to the stream. Today we are going to be taking a little tour across the MMORPG space. Not really, just yapping about it. Oh, just doing my usual fishing and stuff, doing my investing. Right now we've been buying up meme frags. What the hell? I don't know why it stopped buying up the meme frags. Scam. Well, we need to turn in our fishing, and then we're going to be looking into some MMORPG stuff. So lately, this past week or so, I've been playing Ragnarok M Classic. That was as I expected, nothing special. It went exactly as I would expect a server like this. We'll talk about this style. Like, I have been seeing a couple games do this so far, and I think more and more games are going to start doing it, and it's just obnoxiously stupid. It's just this marketing strategy that they're trying to trick people into. They're like, oh, it's not as paid. I'm like, shut up. It's even more pay to win than before. What are you talking about? We'll break it down. We'll break it down after, but yeah, I'm thinking about the next one. So we have 9 days until Warborn comes out. I've been really excited for that game. I want to try it out. On launch, it should be pretty lit. So we're definitely going to be checking that one out when it comes out. In the meantime, I'm thinking we should try one more. I think it'd be too much of a dead space not to. So, you know, it might be time to visit Lost Ark. I would want to... I still have to do New World and Guild Wars 2 as well, but I don't think 9 days would cut it for Guild Wars 2. And for New World, I'm in no rush. That's basically why. But we have to do objective reviews, so yeah, for Guild Wars 2, I think it'd just take me a bit longer. Just longer than these other games. I think for Lost Ark, it should be a straight shot with the catch-up mechanics. I can experience the game and see how it's doing. But otherwise, we're chilling on BDO. We are now into our Cool Wind fishing rod stage. That's right, the Grandpa Kron fishing rod has been retired. Rest in peace. Damn, we're already down to 70 durability. Sounds about right. 2 days, right? Yeah. All right, let's go see how much money this is. We need to do our dark rifts. I wonder when I can stop doing the dark rifts. I'm pretty sure I have a pretty chunky backlog of stones, which I'm never gonna use. Like, how many is it? Like 3,600? What's the cron stone cost for the Karazad Dex? 3,600 something or 3,500? I forget. But if I do the math, I don't think I'll be collecting 250,000 cron stones anytime soon. So I think I should be good to chill out on it for a little bit. But if I see those lit up, I'm like, how can I not do it? But at the same time, that's one of the big blunders of, you know, MMORPG design. Everything is weekly, daily, something gated. I'm like, is that really the answer? Like, is it really the answer? Once upon a time, we had games that gave us freedom. And we still have it, like RuneScape, right? Imagine RuneScape said, we're going to cap out your boss skills to 500 for the week. How toxic would that be? Then you'd be like, oh, I have to hit my 500, and then I'm going to be grinding it out, and other people might be grinding it, they might get their drop, and I won't get my drop. If I don't keep grinding, I'll never get my drop. It's just a toxic experience when you put these limits on players. Like, okay, we'll see. We'll see how... We'll talk about all of this. You got plenty of the contents planned up tonight. But I think I'm going to do a little bit of a grind on the Dosa first. Dosa would be a good place to start, because I don't want to forget how to grind on him. I just started learning. We're just getting the hang of it. The fingers are finally starting to remember a little bit, right? So it's like, okay, we'll get there. So let's see how this server is doing. Come on. Give me some good percentages. Not really. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. So that's M3. Let's go to M2. Let's see how it's going to go. Wonder if the patch notes are out yet. Let's check. Idania 2? Excellent. Two spots I will not have to even think about. 390 AP, 395 AP, 450 DP, 460 DP. Losers. What is this? 1980 total AP recommended. Okay, so we got the upgrades for the Karazad artifacts and stuff. Whoops. It's not the Karazad artifacts. What am I even talking about? Kabua's artifacts and the Dekia artifacts. Jesus. Tired already, huh? Stream just started. So you can put pre-orders up for these. Ooh, Han Dusky Rain Crystal, 60 AP. Huge. Class changes, Lawn, Deadeye. Contents, contribution point cap increase. Very interesting. I wish I saved up all my contribution stuff. Rip. Change contribution points for adventurers with at least 501. CV will increase for every 10% gained from 502. Oh, that's what they meant. Okay. So they are going to give levels for people who actually grinded it out. That's cool. Update to Advice of Valk boxes and enchanted scrolls plus 100 or lower. To keep pace with these changes, we've updated certain Advice of Valk's boxes. Previously, opening these boxes will give you random Advice of Valks. Moving forward, these boxes will have been removed. You'll receive a guaranteed Advice of Valks with a fixed equivalent value in their stead. Additionally, we've decided to remove Enchanted Scrolls 100 and lower, which required extra steps of processing with black stones before. Instead, you'll receive Advice of Valks equivalent. Cool. Just giving the highest, oh, even more. So 35 to 45 is getting 50. Nice. Okay, cool. Trial of Erethia. The Deborah Ring was first released. Adventurers could obtain it by entering Trial of Erethia with Forgotten Limbo Seals, which were dropped in Monster Zones. Now the game updated all the way to Edania. There are many more ways to get the Deborah Ring. No need to go through the Trial of Erethia anymore. With that in mind, we decided to streamline the process. Instead of keeping the trial as an exclusive content, Forgotten Limbo Seals will now be granted Seals will now grant the Deborah ring instantly upon use. This should make acquiring rings more convenient for everyone. Okay. So we're gonna get limbo boxes instead. Chest and Legacy of Erethia. Okay, so the limbo chest. So a regular Erethia limbo chest is gonna have 2 rare Legacy of Erethia, Resplendent Lightstone of Fire, Purified Lightstone, these gold bars, and then a Lost Legacy of Erethia is gonna just give you the gold bars, but then you'll have a random RNG chance for a rare, for these above items, the rare Legacy of Erethia, Resplendent Lightstone box, Purified Lightstone, and gold bar, and then the rare Legacy of Erethia will give you a Deborah ring up to duo, so RNG there. Yo, sorry. Hey, chat, how's it going? Johnny, what's good, man? Ilaria, how are you doing? It really feels like they sucked the life out of the game over the last year or so. What are you talking about? What happened? Tell me your woes. Someone got shot on stage, Charlie Kirk. I heard the news. I heard the news, painful. I don't really do politics, but it's always sad to see someone get murdered. You know, thoughts and prayers to his family. Oh. But yeah, Elira. What's wrong with the game? I thought, I would say it got better over the last year. What happened? They're trying to milk the cow as much as they can for sure. You know, I'm certainly unhappy about pay-to-win crap they do. They pull especially at the life skill section. They always like take advantage of us life skillers. We're like the chillest and most, you know, reliable players in the game, you know? You know why? Because life skillers, they don't care about any PvP drama. They don't care about any in-game politics. They don't care about updates. They're just doing their thing. You give them minimal content, they've been going straight at it for years. You know, we throw out suggestions here and there. We complain a little bit here and there, but for the most part, you know, life skillers have just been chilling, and then they're the ones that are getting targeted to, you know, get milked for all their money. So yeah, I'm not happy about the pay-to-win crap that went on. It's still been going on, but in terms of the other content, I thought they've been doing a pretty decent job. Well, what do you guys think has not been up to par? Hold on, I need to fix my chat box widget. I think I've set it for disappearing chat. Always show messages. There we go. Awakening Dosa better than Awakening Witch and Wizard? I wouldn't say exactly. I think Awakened Witch, I'd say they're, in terms of damage, they should be around similar now. Honestly, I didn't dive too much into Wizard at all, and Awakened Witch I didn't try her after the nerf. The reason why I picked Dosa is I kind of wanted to do Olins. It's just my time situation hasn't been very great, so I figured he would be the best option for me to go into, you know, Dekia Olins. If you don't buy the Gamba boxes, forget everything. No deck accessory, no deck weapon, anything deck, but it's everyone's dream to reach the top, isn't it? Yeah, you know, you either pay with money or you pay with time. Unfortunately, for most of us, paying with time is not a viable option, and paying with money is a waste. Now, granted, as a content creator, I did swipey swipe here and there, but I specifically did it when I had the 1+1. I was very cheap about it. I needed the 1+1 pearls plus discount coupons. I'm like, okay, then I'll think about it. But compare my couple $100 to someone who's, you know, spent over $30,000 in the last several years, you know. Yeah, Tula, I just been very sleepy the last couple days. I crashed early both times, unfortunately. Sucks. I just need break days to catch up on sleep, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, the game is, you know, at the end of the day, it's a pay-to-win game. What can we do? Is what it is. I always tell people, you know, competing for the top in this game is not worth much. You know, some games you're challenged based on skill. You know, in a game like World of Warcraft, you know, they have, you know, pretty prestigious rankings, you know, getting Gladiator and stuff. I don't know how it works nowadays, but, you know, that competition was always based on your skill, you know. Granted, there are people who bought boosts, shame on them, but they didn't really earn any of that. You know, at the end of the day, it's pretty easy to cap on gear in WoW and then compete at whatever level you're trying to compete at. You know, Guild Wars 2, it's normalized as it's competitive PvP. You don't even need to cap on anything. You just get gear. And then to unlock like different variants and different switches in the window, then yeah, you can... Oh, shoot, my things ran out. Didn't even see. So yeah. This game, however, it demands a lot. Time or money. Like, you can be someone who grinds 6 to 8 hours a day, and you can get there. You can get to the top, but 6 to 8 hours a day? That's a pretty hefty price, you know? I forgot what these boxes are called. What are those called? Blessing of Old Moon. Okay. But yeah, it's like, it's unfortunately, that's just the way this game is. It's designed that way. It's their monetization strategy. And we know what it is. We know all too well. So my advice is don't be upset by what the game is. You know, if you're not happy, take a break. You can always come back later. There's nothing, no reward for playing this game miserable and unhappy. And you can always come back, enjoy the freebies, you know, have a good time for a month or two, and then take another break. It is what it is. It's a video game. Video games aren't meant to be played forever. I know that's what they try to do with Dark Patterns and try to get us addicted and hooked, but you don't have to play an MMORPG like, you know, perpetually. Did you hear the big news? No, I haven't. What's the big news? Thanks, Tulo. Appreciate it, dude. Damn right. Sports clips, baby. Would love active AOS like WoW Arena. AOS has its issues. Like, PvP in this game at its core has its issues. It's too fast paced. There's too much blinking around. You know, they could tone it down a little bit, but they won't. And, you know, it does look cool. Watching it, you know, watching someone else play on stream looks awesome. Watching YouTube videos looks great. And playing it myself, though, you know, you'll start feeling it. Like, the little stutter that got you killed, that little desync that you could have caught that person, you know, it's tilting. And not everyone can play at that level. Whether it's a hardware, whether it's a class thing, whether it's a skill thing, not everyone can enjoy it. You know, while it does boast like the best MMORPG action combat, PvP, however, it's not made for everyone, you know. So in terms of AOS, yeah, it's fun for a little bit, but for people to play it continuously for months on end, it's a tall order. It's a tall task. I mean, like, you know, what are they getting out of it? It's, once again, at the end of the day, just all goes to silver and stuff. You know, even in WoW, you don't have like the highest percentage of players playing, and they just have millions of players to, you know, to count in their pool. So then you have like all these players. They might be in different servers, but they're all queuing into each other, you know. Charlie Kirk was murdered. I did hear about it. Unfortunate. It's always sad when someone gets unalived in such manner. It's not cool. It's not okay. But honestly, I don't follow politics. I heard the name before. I don't know what he's known for. Oh, and let's call it unfortunate news. Let's not call it big news. Because that's not... Where the hell is my water? Fuck. Anyway. Unfortunate. But yeah, in terms of like arenas, like I don't think any game has active arenas that stay active for a long time. They'll go through phases of it. I wonder how Final Fantasy 14 arenas are doing. Final Fantasy 14 is one of those games that, you know, they openly said, we don't care about PvP, don't come to this game for PvP in the beginning. And then they added it on the side. It's like, all right, if you really want to do it, go do it over there. It's like, great, thanks. Why is my chat still disappearing on me? Oh my god. Stop it. So I got complaints. This game was designed to make you push for gear and grind faster and PvP at the higher level, but everything is capped from PvE to PvP. Well, the reason why the PvE was capped, at least, like, you know, I don't know why they don't let you go into higher spots with lower gear. I don't know the reason for that. But the reason why they capped, you know, higher gear people from going into lower end spots is, you know, they suck at balancing that. Like what PA just cannot stand. It's a Korean dev thing from what I've noticed in other games. They just cannot stand us being like sneaky about things or you know, creative with things. Like in RuneScape, we figured out this tick manipulation methods and it becomes a part of the game, right? So in RuneScape, the game runs on a tick system where each tick is 0.6 seconds, I think. And, you know, you click on the button, you click on the screen, and in the next time the tick, you know, the tick counter is going off, the metronome's going off, the next tick, that action will go through. Maybe you clicked it right before the tick hits, and it goes off immediately. So then they have certain durations for certain tasks, like, you know, hitting a tree, mining a rock, and each of those activities takes certain amount of ticks. So what the player base found is if they use, like, for example, a herb on a pestle and mortar while you have swamp tar in your inventory, it's supposed to make the specific tar with the herb. So like guam tar, something like that. So you do that and then you click on the task you're trying to do. So instead of 4 ticks, it'll go off in like 3 ticks. So they're manipulating the game system by using different actions. There's other items that do the same thing, and they manipulate how your character's reacting. Instead of waiting that 4 ticks, you're using an action that lets you go a tick faster. Now, this 0.06 seconds doesn't seem long when you look at it as one action, but over the course of an hour, that's a big difference. That's like what, you know, you're cutting off like 25% of the wait time just like that. So these are all tick manipulation strategies that we didn't know when we were kids. We didn't know back in the days of old RuneScape. And if someone did know, you know, it was a pretty well kept secret. So over the course of old school RuneScape, when it came out in like 2013 or something, 2012 or 2013, 2013, I think. So over that course of time period, it slowly, you know, everyone's gotten the knowledge. Now we're in the social media age where everyone shared it, so everyone found out. And over the years, people kept finding new techniques. Like, for example, there is this the 2-tick woodcutting method that was discovered during I think a clan skilling competition, and one clan found out and they kept it a secret amongst themselves and used that to just blast through that competition or something like that. It's like, you know, there's different things that are constantly being discovered and we're not punished for it unless it's like an exploit, if it's like hurting other players. It takes a lot more effort to like spam click on your inventory that much quicker, and it's rewarding us with more XP. So the developer's like, all right, fair. They're like, okay, he clicks more, he's getting more. Okay, sounds good. In Korean terms, they would be like, oh, we did not allow this. You know, they get pissy about it. I mean, that's just how it is, dude. Like, they don't like it when we do things. Like, okay, yes, I am going to orcs with hard-capped gear, and the other player over there is probably not having fun. Maybe you should implement a system to alleviate that guy's issue. I mean, It's like the other player is not having fun because he has to fight me for the spot. He has to DFS or he has to just get jumped. Sure. Then the answer should be, you know, alleviate his issues. You know, you could do it with Marnie Realm, more grind spots, whatever. But the reasoning, I think the more logical reasoning why they segregated us, and the reasoning is a good reason at its core, just not executed well. So when you come across competition, you'd hope that it's, you know, people within the same gear score. Like if you're 700 gear score at, you know, a 700 gear score spot, let's say you're at Israhid Islands or something, you don't want to fight someone who's 850 gear score, right? There's no chance of you winning, and it's not fun. Maybe you hate PvP altogether, and it's not going to be fun either way, but at least, you know, similar gear score people should be in the similar grind spot. So that's probably the most logical way to look at why they did this. But I don't think that was the right answer. I think freedom to make our own choices and play the way we want is what makes a sandbox MMORPG special, which this is no longer a sandbox in my opinion. You had 1 trill from AFK fishing yet? Nope. But yeah, motivation for people who are like at the pinnacle of gear like you, Tulo, is like, bro, I don't know. I don't know how to motivate you. You have more gear score than me and you're on console. I got 270 AP after season. Following your guide, is it worth to go full commit to try or Tet God armor? So to answer that question, it depends on the class you're playing and what you're trying to do, Ahmad. So if you need more DP to be able to survive and grind comfortably at the next grind spot you're aiming for, you should go more DP. And if you want to go tries, sell those later and go for Tets later, that's perfectly logical. Because saving up 150 bill for each piece of gear is a very tall order. It's not for everyone. It wasn't for me. Like, it wasn't until I was already, like, you know, 350 AP or 340 to 350 AP before I was like, okay, I'm making enough money per hour that I'm comfortable saving 150, 160 bill for each item. Like, when I was 320, 330 AP, I couldn't do it. I just didn't have it in me. I didn't have the kill speed, nor did I have the patience. After I progressed to a certain point, then I'm like, okay, that's a doable thing for me. So it's different for everyone. If you ask anyone what's the most optimal way to gear up your accessories, they're going to say buy or Pen Debos, which, yes, in terms of price, that is 100% the logical way to go. Like, necklaces are so cheap. You know, the true value of like a Nav is like what, 230 bill or something on average. These are so cheap now. Like, once upon a time, they weren't this cheap. You know, they were at that point. And even then, people were like, oh, you should buy it instead of tapping for it at like 230 bill. You know, once upon a time, these were at like 300 bill, right? So that's not for everyone, though. Like, to be able to save up this much when you're only like 320 AP or something, it's a bit difficult. If you're only making 2 bill an hour, and if you go super sweaty 2.5 bill, that's still a lot of hours for one item. Let's say you buy this at like 130 bill, right? You know, are you going to be able to save up for like 60 to 65 hours of grinding for one item? That's a personal choice. Me, I couldn't. I could not. So that's why I went the Karazad route and actually slowly progressed, because I needed that motivation. So when it comes to buying Try or Tet Fallen God armor, honestly, duos will take you a long way. You're only 270 AP. Even getting a base or a duo, and getting a base and tapping into duo, or buying a duo, that's perfectly fine. That'll take you a long way. You don't even have to grind for tries. Tries are very effective to buy right now because they're so cheap, and they're going to eventually start climbing back up. They're so cheap right now is because they gave out the, well, with the deck Tavala armor upgrade system, a lot of them came onto the market. People replaced those pieces they already had and sold it for extra cash. So eventually they'll go back up. So if you want to capitalize on it, yes, it would be good to buy it. Add a Try. And if you are able to buy directly Tet, you can be patient and buy it. But it's not for everyone. Yeah, I understand it's a very tall order. When you make 3 bill an hour is a lot easier than when you make 1 bill an hour. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. How you been, Tay? It's been a while. Looking for a grind spot. There's always so you don't need DP until you need it. Yeah, that's true. And like for different classes, it's different. Some classes have like a lot of forward guards, and forward guard is very good for PvE. Some classes are more super armor heavy. Some classes are just very squishy. Took the summer off BDO. Oh, smart move. Oh, AP jump from 1100 to 1450 to 1500 is crazy work. No middle ground. Yeah. You know, as I said, you pay with time or you pay with money. Oh, came back 2 weeks ago to claim a login stuff and ended up getting sucked in. Did you tap anything though? You know, if you log in after a long break, you have to be ready to tap. That's the true reward for logging in. One tapped a belt and necklace Devo. Oh, congrats, dude. That's huge. You sure carries that is you need many fail stacks and cron stones? Cron stones, yes, they are expensive, and unfortunately, that's what the game revolves around. Fail stacks are a lot easier than what we had to deal with once upon a time. We had to build up each fail stacks through failing. Now you just buy it. Like Essence of Devouring, you know, or sorry, Origins of Dark Hunger are just so easy to build, you know, or you just buy that for 1 mil each, and then you can build your way up to 300, no problem. Use a Valk's Cry and get to like 312, 315, whatever you're at. 14 tabs? Dang! Very nice. Investing them sap weapons or tet armors? Oh, yep. Maybe I should take a break if that's true. I mean, I don't know what you're grinding for, man. I thought you're like almost hard cap gear anyway. Unless you're trying to save up for the next stuff. That's fair. In your experience, is it needed in a high-end grind spot besides rod? What is needed in a high-end grind spot? Basically, you want to be hitting the AP cap and maybe going a little bit higher, because then you can swap out things like a perfume of courage for a deep sea elixir and stuff. So what's your gear score? Let's see, what are we at? 804. 804. All right, I'm gonna get some water really quick, guys, and then we're gonna get started. All right, I need to go do my dark rifts. We might do a little bit of grindy grind on the dosa, and then we're gonna get into some content I had planned on doing. Okay, let me just grab some water. BRB. BDO chair, thanks, dude. I got a code for it if you want it. Normally I ignore all chair sponsorships and stuff on default, but yeah, this BDO thing, I'm like, I want that. Uh, do you grind crons and tap your Karazads? Yeah, pretty much. So I was like pre-ordering costumes religiously until our last enhancement session. Our goal was accomplished, getting that SEP offhand. So I stopped pre-ordering them. I never pulled the trigger on buying vendor crons because I felt like if I went complete broke and I got nothing for it, my mental would take a big hit. Send it to you in Discord. Hey, I got you, man. I wish I had a chair like that with custom made. That custom made with wheels. I don't think it's like custom. Oh, I think it's on there. It's on there. It's on their website. Let me see if it's still there. Yeah, I mean, like, I know I doomed a lot last year about BDO, but it came from a good place, I tell you. They were going in a terrible direction. I think they definitely did a lot better this time around after they, you know, yeeted their previous head. Certainly, the damage was done significantly. Like, the way they pulled everything to revolve around Cronstons. Remember once upon a time, once you got your Pen Dandy and Pen Boss gear, you were chilling, and then you were grinding Kaphra Stones. Kaphra Stones were on majorly on pre-order, like 300, 400,000 sitting pre-orders, right? But, you know, it's like, okay, I did the grind with the RNG, now I can grind with time and grind out the Kaphras, and that was like the mean of progression. And then they're like, you know what? We didn't like that. We're going to go, all right, Black Star, Slumbering Origin Armor. Yeah, we tried it. We didn't like it. I'm like, why didn't you like it? We didn't like it. It's money, that's why. Oh, no, we need more money. I mean, look, it's, you know, it's their prerogative to make money. But to me, I always felt that, you know, if you grow your game to a point where it has like a good reputation with a lot more players than you have right now, like, you know, indirectly that should make you money, right? It should make you even more rich. On top of that, you'll have a very high value brand. It's like, I just never understood it, you know, like what the logic is. Like, maybe someone would, like, you know, in a suit came out and they're like, oh no, you gotta do this much amount and this much, you have to change the system. Oh, that's why you're not making money. It's like, all right, I don't know, you know. All right, it's there on their website too, Lo. Well, let me send it to you. Give me that revenue. Oh no, I think you get a discount or something. I don't know what it is, but, like, you know, it's the monetization that's annoying me. So we'll actually start off tonight with talking about the latest shenanigans Eastern games have been doing. I've seen it with Aeon Ascend, which I recently put out a full review on. Please do watch it and hit a like and leave a comment if you enjoy watching MMORPG content. I'm going to start following that format and release a lot more videos like that. By the end of the year, I'm aiming to have like at least a dozen straight. So, unfortunately, might mean YouTube content for BDO might have to take a little back seat, but I'm trying to do something bigger. In the end, I think it'll pay off, but you guys know I love MMORPGs. I play all sorts of MMORPGs. I play them on my phone. I play old games. I play new games. But the shenanigans they've been doing, man, it's stupid. I'll say that. And then, like, the amount of content creators, whether they were paid or not, like, you know, whether it was through a creator campaign or not, you know, I've been hearing it a lot. They're like, oh, it's not pay to win. This service not pay to win. I'm like, how? How is it not pay to win? Oh my god. It's like everyone's like, oh, it's less pay to win. I don't understand the logic. Okay, just because there's a route for you to grind it out with many hours in the game to get to the same spot, that doesn't absolve it from being pay to win, you know? And it's not a bad thing to monetize your game. You got to do it strategically. You got to do it smartly. Like, I think MapleStory has, on their reboot server, has done the most decent and smart monetization. You got to have a pet. It's rough. You can play without a pet, but it's hard. You gotta have a pet. So at the very least, people will spend $10. And it's like, well, the rest of the game's free, right? It's true. They don't make you pay anything there. I mean, like, it's just a straight grind. If you do pay, you get a little bit of bonus here and there, but nothing major at all. It's very, very minor things. Wait a minute. Hey, Tula, where were you? Is this... Did I find you? There you are. Here, I'm just gonna copy and paste it right there. Let me know if it works for you. But yeah, I've been watching you for years. What's up, Booms? How's it going? Oh, what's up, everybody? All right, let's start off with my initial rant here, right? So here's what's been going on. There's two games, you know. Let me actually pull one of them up on screen right now. Right? So the latest scam that's been going on with these Eastern games is that they make a game that is, you know, they take an older game and they reboot it, relaunch it, and change the progression to be only in-game currency. And they say it's not pay to win. You can buy everything with in-game currency, so it's not pay to win. Meanwhile, they'll sell, like, for example, Ion, right? If you saw my recent video, did the math. You know, if you want to pay to win and swipe instantly, you can get full gear while everyone else has to grind it out for 4 to 6 weeks. And they're like, oh, it's not pay to win. Everyone can just do their dailies and weekly stuff and then get Kina and then slowly progress. I'm like, sure, you can. But through that whole 4 to 6 week period, you're going to get your ass kicked by this guy who's two-shot Neeg because they bought all their gear. And then in those 4 to 6 weeks, they're not sitting idle. They're also progressing. And in fact, they might decide to swipe even more. Who knows? And then they're going to be fully enhanced, fully mana stoned. And they're going to, you know, once you get your full gear, you're going to have to do that full grind to get all those stones to put it socket into your gear. You're going to have to do all that grind to enhance all your gear. Meanwhile, they'll be fully enhanced and stuff. They'll still be two-shotting you. Then maybe another, you know, 2 or 3 months afterwards, you might be on equal footing. I don't think that's not pay to win. What's the point of grinding out for 2 to 3 months on a game that's going to die within 1 month at all? Like, it's like, it was absolutely no point in continuing that grind as a free to play. And I didn't swipe on that game either. I'm like, you guys aren't going to hold a player base. I am very much confident that you are not. So in this one, this is Ragnarok Mobile Classic Eternal Love. This one released in 2019. Some of the first videos I did on YouTube was for the original game of this. It was a very fun game. I really enjoyed it. It plays well. It's nice. It's cute. It's a oh my god, Gunnar angle. Sorry guys, but it's a very smooth game. Of all the Ragnarok games that came out, I like this one the most because it had a nice balance in terms of how they did things. It was a fun game. It had like guild PvP and stuff. It had, you know, solo PvP. It had raids and all that stuff. So it had some competition to it. However, the original game was a gacha game. So you go into the gacha, you buy currency every month or whenever, and then you swipe and you pull the gacha and you're trying to get specific pieces, which are bis for your class. So it was very toxic. Wasted at least like $500. Learned my lesson. Never went back. But anyway, that was the kind of mechanism. So people would be like, oh, you just have to swipe for this and then you're set. You don't have to swipe anymore. And that was kind of the mentality. It's like, oh, you got the bis items for your classes. You're set. You can play and enjoy them. It's like, that's the kind of dark patterns that you fall prey to. So this version, yes, you can get pretty much all the stuff just by playing the game and in-game currency and stuff. But by swiping like $60, $70, immediately those whales are starting off at like 70, 80 million Zenny, along with a MVP card, which is super expensive or powerful RNG there. But, you know, they're already that much ahead of you. And then for swiping, they get XP bonus and all this other stuff, which will put them ahead in levels as well. So then when you go into PvP, they're going to be higher level with better skills and stronger gear. Like, straight up. I mean, how is that not pay to win? Just because there is a path forward without having to swipe, that doesn't make it not pay to win. And of course, again, a company needs to make money. I understand. And if they want to say, hey, you can play this, but it'll take you time to grind out, and then you can, eventually end up at the same spot. That'd be fair, right? That'd be fair. They gotta monetize in some way or another. It's not impossible to monetize in a healthy, ethical manner. Not healthy. Nothing's healthy about this, but it's not impossible to monetize in an ethical manner. Like, for example, a game like Guild Wars 2, it has a cash shop where you can convert in-game currency into cash shop currency, and players can swipe and buy the in-game currency by converting their cash shop currency into it. So it's a two-way conversion, and you lose a little bit each time you convert, delete it from the game, fair enough. But you can straight up buy a full set of Ascended gear. You can straight up buy a legendary weapon. But it doesn't really do anything for you to do it, because it's pretty damn easy to get a full set of Ascended gear. It's not difficult to just play and within a couple weeks to get it, and then you'll be at the same level in terms of PvE. Because the Ascended gear and legendary gear, they're the same stats. And even those are only 5% more than the second tier gear, which you can get even quicker within days, right? So it's like, for them, a lot of their monetization came in the form of fashion. They call it Fashion Wars. Fashion Wars 2. And like your entire mount can get like a full makeover. Just like they sell different skins for mounts, so it's like a whole different aesthetic to the mount. It has like all this particle effects and animation to it, and it looks great, and people are very interested in buying those, and they do. I mean, ArenaNet is a very in terms of like game companies, they're not like the largest, but they're not the smallest either. They're able to maintain themselves with that type of monetization. MapleStory comes from freaking Nexon. They're just as greedy as any other Korean developers, right? Game development companies, right? They're able to monetize Reboot in a pretty decent manner, but it's different for them. For them, Korea was, they started seeing the shift of Korean players going into Reboot, and there was like hype where streamers all started playing it and stuff, and they didn't like it. They get a lot of money from Korean swipers in the regular MapleStory there. However, in the West, Reboot is much bigger than the regular version, because, us Western players have a different mentality. We want to be on fair grounds. That's important to us. In the culture of like Korean manhwas and stuff, you always see it like solo leveling, right? This dude is so OP, he can take on 100 people without breaking a sweat, not even a scratch on him. He just goes in, pow, pow, everyone dead. That's so awesome. I guess that's their mentality, because all their manhwas I've read, same way. Everything is the same way. Super OP main character. And their games too, they're balanced in such a manner that they're super OP. Like someone who's like full gear, you can swipe your way to full max gear on BDO. If you build correctly, you'll be extremely powerful to a point where I won't even be able to land a scratch on you. You couldn't even kill you in a combo, couldn't even make a dent while you'll be two-shotting me, right? That's just how it is. That's their mentality, and that's how like all their games have usually went. Not all the games were like that. Like back in the day, like Ion was actually a fair game, before they went like the free to play and started going crazy. Swiping that much in video is crazy. It's not. Many people have done it, and many people will do it. And like even the average person, like at the high end, like if you look at all the people at that at the top 0.1 percentile at the near hard cap area, you'll be hard to find someone hasn't swiped to progress. Like, it's not that you have to sit and swipe every bit of your gear. It's little bit here, a little bit there, a few $100 here, a few $100 there, and it adds up over time. I know people who spent over $20,000 to $30,000, $50,000 depending on how long they've been playing. No, you'll find more people who swiped than that haven't swiped. And I'm talking like a few $100 here and there. But then you'll start seeing people swipe a little bit more. The higher you go in terms of the gear score. This game, yes, you can grind it, but I promise you, there are people who are at the high end. Very few of them have grinded out straight up. Not everyone can grind like the way Zethian grinds on stream, right? Like non-stop. Not everyone has the time. Not everyone has the discipline or the ability to do so. And there are plenty of people who are up there who swiped over the years, and it adds up over time. All the content drop is making it harder for me to stay ahead. Most people have spent at least some money. By some money, if you see, if I'm willing to bet, if you look at, if they'll never share this data, but by some money, let's say $1,000. I'm not talking about like a $200 in lifetime. I'm talking about like overall, like at least $1,000, few $1,000 easily. Like this whole notion that most people just grind and get their gear, not true. Unfortunately, there are people who do that. They have a lot of time on their hands, fair. But there's a lot more people who swipe than don't swipe. Pretty sure more than 50% of active video players have spent 1K. Easily more, I'd say. And now, I mean, of course, if you play the game for like 8 years, sure, $1,000. I don't see that as much over the course of 8 years. But I'm sure there's plenty of people at the hard cap who spent multiple thousands easily. It's just the way the game's designed, and then it's like once you get to the top, it's like I gotta maintain my spot. I gotta maintain my spot. In all DP and skill add-on available. Yeah, it's there. It's there. I think they changed the wording of it. It's now spelled out as damage reduction. They don't buy it end game straight up. They buy little infusions of it. Like, hey, I'm at 820 gear score. Spends $500, gets to 825 maybe. And then, you know, a few months later, another few $100 gets to 828. You know, it's like a little bit. It just adds up over time. And they, you know, people grind as well. I mean, it's not that they're not grinding, but how far is 2 to 3 hours a day going to take you? Video, you should have a you versus you mentality. Fuck everyone else and their progress. Yeah, definitely. And honestly, like the reason why MapleStory Reboot works so well in their monetization is because there's no PvP at all. And the only you know, comparison you're going to be doing is like how far you've gotten in PvE and how much DPS you do and stuff. And it's like, okay, is what it is, right? It's PvE. Anyway, back to the topic of this. So like these servers like Ion Ascend, Ragnarok Classic, they release these servers, are like it's only currency. And then like I've gotten so many ads on YouTube, on Instagram, especially for Ragnarok. It's like, oh, it's a non-pay to win. It's a classic server. I'm like, classic of what? Classic of a pay to win mobile game? Because that's the only thing viable. This is not Ragnarok Classic. I don't know why they keep calling it Ragnarok M Classic. It's like there's plenty of other mobile games too, but you know, yeah, it's Ragnarok, and I like the game. Like at the base of it, it's a fun game. It's cute. It plays well, but it's not free to play. Like it's not non-pay to win. It is free to play, and it's friendly in the sense that they're not going to force you to swipe. But you will be behind and you will be fodder. But that's just the nature of you know, Eastern MMOs for the most part. Any idea when Maple Old School MS comes out? Nah, we don't know yet. But I am playing Artale on the side to prepare. I'm slowly falling behind dude. That's just how it goes, Tulo. Like the game's always gonna get new content, and every year they're gonna move the goalposts. Every year they used to like move the goalpost by like 20 gear score. Now they're moving like by 30, 40 every year. They slowly increased how much they move the goalpost every year and increased the cron consumption. That's just how it is. That's their monetization. I wish they did a better strategy, because like this game has a lot of potential to monetize through like cosmetics, but their cosmetic, the team and designers behind the cosmetics is pretty bad. Like, let's take a look at their mounts. Like, everyone has a horse, right? Every player has a fucking horse. This is their ideas of monetization. This little antenna-looking thing, right? Wow, look at that. You get antennas on your horse. Wow, antennas. Brilliant. Whoa, even that one has antennas. Holy cow, even this one has antennas. That's their monetization strategy. Is this the best you can do? AAA game story, AAA game company. Is this the best you can do? Like, Sorry, I'm thinking about Maple Story still. Rent free in my head. Like, is this what you guys can come up with? Like, obviously they're struggling to monetize in terms of cosmetics, and this isn't good enough. They have to release this stuff. Oh my god, shit. Sorry. Wrong class. Wrong class. Oh my god. That's a heart attack material right there. Okay, Nova. Damn it, that didn't work. There. This is the best they can do in terms of monetization. They have to appeal to the gooners. This is the only way they can make money off it, because they don't have the design team or the creativity to make a cool looking costume for a horse that everyone wants to buy. It's just not within their capabilities. They're just not that kind of company. Like, if it was me, what would I do? I can come up with like a few designs for, a horse that would immediately sell. Like, the first one I would do a celestial skin, sort of translucent, light glow, dark blue colors, dark, black and dark purple, nebula-like colors, and just, a tiny little particle effect of like constellations or stars or sparkles, something that will stand out from like the ordinary, this stuff. What the fuck is that? This stuff, something different, something cosmic. I mean, like, it's like, oh, it's not a part of the game's aesthetic. Bullshit. Plenty of shit they've released is not a part of the game's aesthetic. Like, they've released plenty of crap that they've already crossed the line. Might as well do it right. Like, I think, they could do a lot of things. Like, we don't have, like, they once released a Black Pegasus, but only once. It was a part of an auction. Someone bought it, and that was the end of it. Well, they could do other different color skins, like something like actual proper black with some, this coloring that they have for like the Arduino, the black and the red. It's not proper black. Do an actual black. The same skin as the white T10 horse. Make it black. Just sell it on the cash shop. I'm sorry, but people will buy things like that. It's like, they're not capable of coming up with like cool looking skins. Like, I would personally do just a weapon series. Every class's weapon, and I'll do a skin associated with it in that aesthetic. No costume associated with it, just a weapon. I would sell it for 3,000 pearls each, and people would buy it because it would look so damn cool with cool effects on it. It would look just sick as fuck, and people would be like, damn, I need that. Even though it gives you 0 additional bonus, people would buy that. It's like, dude, sovereign weapons look cool. That was like, thank God for that. Like, Black Stars look cool. Godride was a recolor. That looks pretty decent. Like, sovereigns look cool. I would make bank if I was in a leadership position here and deciding what skins to make. I would make absolute bank. It's not hard to come up with that. And why don't you go and collab with like other things? Like, they've done collabs before. They did the Berserk. They did the Bugatti collabs. Fuck, let's do a whole series for Bleach. Let's start selling freaking the Bleach outfits in the cash shop. People would buy it. Do some Bunkai style things for each weapon. People would buy it. Damn right they'd buy it. Like, other games are doing this. It wouldn't be new. No one would like be like, oh, these guys are scummy for doing. No one's gonna say that. They're gonna be like, fuck yeah, that looks cool. Like, I can definitely I could see a lot of strikers buying a Goku outfit, a Vegeta outfit. Why not a Piccolo outfit, Gohan outfit? Sure. I don't know how those collabs work, but I would get it done. But it's like, that would make them bank. It's like they're so detached from the community that all their costumes are just a shot in the dark. They release so many shit costumes. I don't know if anyone who was waiting around for those academia costumes, the school guy outfit, the uniform outfits. I was not. I didn't buy those. Now they give them out for free. It's like, they're just not, it's just not within their capabilities. I've given up on them adding cool stuff like that. So their only strategy for monetization is the game mechanics, cronstones and shit. There's plenty of things they could have done to make it highly customized and charge for it, and people not complain, because it's like, oh, it doesn't do anything. It's just cosmetics, right? But, you know, even with all the ability to do so in the world, they're not going to do it. They're incapable of doing it. So, Cronstones are the only thing they can do. And that's okay, you know? We all have our shortcomings. It is what it is. I, for one, am very fat. I've accepted it. We fight it, but at least right now, that is the truth of it. PA, they'll not fight it. They will get even fatter. That's just how it is. Oh, a Kenpachi? Dude! Dosa's pre-awakening with a Kenpachi sword. Urgh. Dude, Bleach outfits, they could do so much with it. There's a weapon for everything. I mean, everyone would be running around in the core captain outfits. You know, there'd be... Archer would be running around as a... what are those things called? A Quincy's? Imagine there's a outfit for Archer which changes all his skill animations like they did with Shy once. They did one outfit with Shy which changes all her skills to a golden color. Imagine they did that with Archer. Changes all his skills to white and blue. And he's a freaking Quincy. Sell auras? Yeah. Like just like a glowing aura, a fire aura, Super Saiyan aura, electricity aura. Easy money. That's the only reason you get a stormtrooper. You get an aura for a stormtrooper? Is it? I never knew that. Anyway, enough of this fishing. I totally forgot I was supposed to be doing some stuff while I was fishing, while I was yapping. Whoops. Yo, Garethas, how's it going, dude? What's good? All right, so I'm going to go do my dark rifts, and then we might do a little bit of grind, then we'll get into some other stuff. Should I go Sovereign, Offhand, or Pendebo for Nav Karazad? What necklace are you using right now? Are you buying it? If you're buying it, I can tell you straight up. Depending on what you have and how much of a gain you get. You'd buy it? What's your current? It's green lighting? Oh, nice. What's your current neck? What are you using right now? Oh my god. What the heck is my horse doing? It was not doing its skill. You call yourself a guru? Damn right. The MMORPG guru. X Karazad? Ooh. You know what? People might say you're in too deep. I don't agree. I think you're not in too deep to go buy a Pendebo. Now, the decision to go Sovereign Offhand versus Pendebo. That's the question. How much are Blackstar Offhands going for? Honestly, if you're looking for an efficiency thing, check Byrog's website. What is it? BDO Workshop? If you're going in terms of efficiency, that would be the way to do it. Now, if you get a Sovereign Offhand, are you prepared to enhance it? That's the question. I think Debos will continue to fall because the way they're, you know, now the amount of sources for Debos is just so much that I think they'll just continue going down. So I don't think any reason to get FOMO on that one yet. If you can hit over 1500 Adania to grind Ethereum for Primordials to make the Sovereign Offhand and use the money to buy a Pendebo, oh, that's possible, but that's a lot of grinding to make that offhand with that. That's a lot of grinding. I mean, you can get 1500 AP without the Sovereign Offhand. I mean, You know, a lot of us had it, but then, you know, that's a lot more gear score. I wouldn't be surprised if they start nerfing Debo drops. I wouldn't either. But you know what they will start doing is eventually they're going to raise the cost of vendor crons. They said they're not doing it yet, but they will do it in the future. That's the more likely outcome. All right, where am I going to go for first? Let's go Farid. All right. So in terms of like Karazad versus or Sovereign offhand versus Pen Debos, it would depend on how far you're going from. If you already have one Pen Blackstar, getting the second one and getting Kafras, it depends on your market, how the market's doing. But if you're already at a Hex Karazad, I might go to Sovereign there, but you know, if you're not going to go into Edania to grind, I don't see the reason for the Sovereign. If getting that Sovereign and you're planning to enhance it to Pen, and you're capable of, you know, you have the resources to do so, I would say the Sovereign outweighs the Debo. If you're going to hold it at base, then that's a tough call. You got to be ready to enhance it. I mean, try is easy enough. You don't have, you know, you can just run it through without crons. But ideally, you want to take it to Pen. If they increase crons costs, I'm going to straight up quit. Yeah, well, we said that the last 2 times they did it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Oh, barely survived there. Oh my god, like a split second longer on the fall, my horse would have went splat. Oh. Wait, what button was on my pressing? Oh yeah, I'm on my Dosa. Usually I do this on my Mystic. What the hell? Why are you coming up all the way here? How do I play Dosa again? Oh my god. Then Shift LMB. Shift Q. E. Shift RMB. Shift F. SRMB. Hold F. Okay. We barely remember the rotation. Barely remember it. Oh, nowhere near muscle memory yet. I got 2 hours of grind on this class. It'll take me some time. Bro, get on the horse. You're embarrassing me. You can raw tap to try or tet. I'd say try. You can raw tap to try. Going further than that is may luck be on your side. Unless you have a lot of memory fragments that you're not planning to sell. But, you know, memory fragments are good money. You know, in terms of like the game's progression, they're gonna forever keep increasing the cap. Like, unless you're like committed that this is gonna be your full-time game, and I'm not gonna judge anyone for playing a game that much. I'm on to talk, right? Like, unless you're doing that, you know, it comes down to what are you grinding for? Like, you can grind your ass off, get to the hard cap, and then someone who's gonna be like, oh, then you can just you know, chill. It's like, no, you're not gonna chill. You're gonna keep grinding in preparation for the next stuff, because if the next stuff comes out and you don't have the materials ready to go, you're gonna fall behind. Can your ego handle it? That's the question, and usually the answer is no. So you'll forever be grinding, and that's okay if you enjoy it, but don't force yourself. It's not worth it. It's not worth being miserable over. And don't fall into the trap saying, okay, I'm gonna get geared and then I'm gonna be a content creator. Bro, you can be a content creator with literally no gear. That has nothing to do with gear. Don't procrastinate. If you want to be a streamer or YouTuber, go do that. Spend your time and money on that. Don't spend it on freaking grinding for gear that's gonna get invalidated like in a year. All right, let's remember to do how to do this. Ah, this guy has like the super attack. No super armor is gonna save you. Being a content creator isn't about gear, it's about entertaining. Yeah, you don't know how many people told me, oh, I want to stream, but then I'm just waiting to grind out my gear. Like, I've heard it many a times, my dude. Oh, be a noob. It's more entertaining. Be a noob, fail and stumble. That's the most entertainment someone's gonna get watching you, because they've been in the high end for so long. It's like, stupidity. Love it. I'm just not entertaining. Well, you don't have to be entertaining either. Thank Cash. How's it going? Thanks, how are you doing? When's maintenance? Holy shit. I need to go. Bro, thank you for the Twitch Prime. I need to adjust the volume on the damn thing. We're going to do that right now. I say it every time, and it blows everyone's eardrums out. Hold on. I'm going to do that right now. Thank you so much for that support, Saint. Hope the game's treating you well. Hope you're doing well. Much appreciated, dude. I could stream to myself? Bro, never stream to yourself. Go make YouTube and bring viewers to yourself. It's not worth being in the hellhole for so long. Just make it happen on your own. Not stream to yourself. Unless you want to just stream to yourself and save the recordings online. That was perfectly fine. But the thing is, like, the gear grind in this game, you're going to have to find the purpose for it yourself. Like, if you're just grinding to grind, okay, fine. Do you like grinding? Yeah, it's relaxing. It's something for you to do. You like the combat. You like the way its skills look. It feels good. Yeah, sure. Definitely grind. I do that. That's my reason. I grind just because it feels good. It's fun. I like it. That's it. That's my reason. I know I'm not going to catch up to the high-end gear score, and it annoys me to hell. I'm not going to say it doesn't bother me. Fuck yeah, it bothers me. Every other game I'm able to get to the top. Not this one, because it either costs a lot of money or it'll cost a lot of time. I'm very well capable of spending the money, but out of principle, I don't want to. I'll spend a little bit here and there if it's a really good deal with like 1+1 Pro boxes. Even that is pushing it. It's just not in me. And that's okay. I play a lot of different games. That's perfectly fine. Oh, I've been watching your stream for years. Recently came back to the game starting fresh after not migrating my account. Don't feel bad. You'll catch up to whatever position your old account was in like a month. Max. It's very easy to get the gains. Those old gains you had won't do you anything. But you will miss your characters, fine. Fair enough. I would miss my characters if they got deleted too. But never imagined being 700 gear scores three years ago. Now you're 762. Hell yeah, dude. Grab those Garmoth codes. True. Alright, where is my freaking overlays? Favorites. All overlays. Okay. Let's see. Where is it? Twitch chat. Alerts. It might be in the alerts. Dark alert box. I think that's the one. Alright. Okay, subscriber. Yep, that's the one. A volume, you're going down to 0, actually. Nah, I need some volume. All right, we're gonna try like 3%. That shit's way loud for 3%. That is way too loud. Okay, let's see if that works. All right, chat. On to the next one. After we kill this, I'm gonna do a little bit of grinding, and then I have some things I wanted to talk about and look into. So you guys know I've been waiting for this game called Warborn. I want to play it. We'll probably play that for a couple weeks at least. But that comes out on the 19th. Until the 19th, I have some dead time. Now, obviously on stream at least 2 or 3 streams a week, it's going to be BDO stuff. There's no way I can't do BDO. My mind cannot just sit still with just AFK fishing. Then I'm going to math it out, and then I'm going to be like, oh, this isn't enough money. Then I'm going to start doing other stuff. So might as well consistently do stuff preemptively so I can be a little bit more structured with what I'm doing. So in between though, I want to continue my review series. If you guys saw my YouTube channel, I recently dropped a review video for Ion Ascend. I picked a small game in the beginning just to like iron out my approach to it, and I think we got it to a pretty good spot. Oh, my editors did a phenomenal job with that video, but now I need to start, you know, keeping at it. It's going to be a while before the YouTube algorithm is going to be like, all right, you're not just a BDO streamer or a YouTuber. We'll let your video go elsewhere. Like, all right, cool. But I'm going to just stay consistent with that. So the next games I had on my watch list, you know, obviously Guild Wars 2 has been a game that I've been meaning to go back for a long time, but I'm very lazy when it comes to questing unless it's Final Fantasy, and I don't want to go into Final Fantasy Dawntrail until that story gets an upgrade. So we're looking at Lost Ark, New World, Guild Wars 2 as the initial options. I have an entire list of like 15 games overall, but right now I think these are the games that I want to hit in the immediate future. I'm thinking it might be Lost Ark time. I know they released that progression pass last month. It would be like a good 1 to 2 week segue. I know Throne of Liberty is coming out with Hyper Boost. I don't want to get into Throne. I don't have the time for being consistent into Throne. When I played Throne of Liberty last year, I was very consistent. I played all day. So I don't want to do that again. Because like, you know, you go into all these events, you're trying to, you know, keep up with all the PvP and stuff. And I know the game's changed from what it was before. It's definitely a better game than it was on release and when I played in Tier 1. But yeah, Throne, the Hyper Boost is not something I want to do. Guild Wars 2 is so good. Dude, I'm just so behind on the expansions. Because, like, I don't like yearly expansions with them. But you know what? Even if they do yearly expansions, they bring out, like, a good bit of content to warrant that expansion. I thought Dawntrail main story questline completed with the 7.3 patch. I don't know anything about Dawntrail. I stopped at Endwalker's something patch. Shadowbringers and Endwalker was so good. I was so in love with Shadowbringer's story, but then Endwalker just gave the closure. Oh, it was so good. Do you recommend class to play? How was Musa Awaken? Musa Awakening is a good class. Solid. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to like PvP or something? Class choice usually it depends on like the content you're trying to do. Because like if it's just PvE, like yeah, some classes perform better than others, but the most important thing is like the individual. Because like some people like certain type of classes, others don't. You know, some people want high APM, other ones low APM. Some people want close range, you know, some people want, you know, a class with like large circular AoEs. Some people want a class that they can PvP on and grind on and do like large scale on. Well, you know what? There's classes which do that, you know? It really comes down to like targeting what you want to do. And then it's like you have to try it out and you have to like the class itself. Because like it doesn't matter if you're playing an S tier class or a B tier class. If you're bad at the class, then the class strength is irrelevant. Like someone who plays a class really well can do pretty decent, even if they're not like pulling that super high number. But not everyone who plays an S tier, S plus class is going to be pulling those super high numbers. They can pull higher numbers easier, but you know, end of the day, most important thing is skill. Throne of Liberty was always tedious, bro. It's not just with it's not just with a certain patch. The entire game, you know, design is tedious. Like I watched Cannon's most recent video and he was talking about, you know, capped content, like capping, weekly capping, giving you tokens, and you have to consume these tokens or else you'll overcap. These time gated content are what cause burnout. It might, on paper, it might sound like you're doing the opposite, like you're trying to prevent burnout, but and that is 100% a valid take, because if you have time gated content, what happens? Then you're like, oh no, I have to hit all my resets or else I'm gonna fall behind because everyone else is gonna hit all their resets. If it's uncapped, it's like, all right, I'm gonna grind my ass off, get what I want, and then I'm done. And then it's like, oh no, the player's gonna the player's gonna run out of things to do, then they're gonna get bored and quit. I'm like, that's not the purpose of the MMORPG. MMORPG is should be able to hold our attention without forcing us to do certain content. Like, we should be happy to do whatever interests us in that game on our own, by our own volition. It's like, we don't need you to hold our hand to have fun. We'll have fun on our own, right? It's like, capped content is the dumbest thing. Like, I hate games which cap things. Now, there are some things you have to cap within reason. Maybe like your time gating, like gear progression, right? Like World of Warcraft does. You have your weekly chests. You have your conquest gear. You have your open world. There's another currency for open world PvP gear, but it's a little bit worse. There's a lot of things you can grind out a lot quicker, than just sitting idle. But for the best gear, the conquest gear, you're gonna have to wait, that 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is, and also be getting lucky with the weekly chests. That's just how it is. That's the way it's designed. And that's a fair time limit. It's not time gating you throughout your entire progression. You'll eventually get capped on the PvP gear, and it's a lot to do. If you're playing raids, if you're doing raids, you're doing Mythic Plus, you're doing PvP, that's a lot of things to be doing. You're gonna get, they needed to cap it out so people can have a healthy lifestyle at it. But at the same time, it's not large enough that it causes burnout. Whereas in Throne of Liberty, if you didn't burn all your tokens and stuff, because it's a perpetual grind, burning all your abyss tokens and whatever it is, and it's not something that ended after 6 weeks of time gating. It's just a perpetual thing. Like, it's forever there. And even after you get to like a really high end gear score, like, you're gonna keep grinding it out, because there's more things that are going to be coming out. You got to keep saving up resources and whatnot. It's just how it is, and it burns out. It burns you out. That's just the way it's designed. Like, I didn't get into tier 2 because I'm like, I was pretty burnt out from tier 1. I won't lie. Like, I had a lot of fun in tier 1. I got to a really good state. I earned my Bellendir staff. I was really proud of that. And I was like 3,800 gear score or something. I think it was 37 something. And it wasn't the peak, but I wasn't far from it either. I was pretty happy with the results. But guess what? Doing all that over again on tier 2 didn't really interest me. And doing it just because they're hyper boosting it, I'm not really interested in that. The game was a fun game. I enjoyed my time in it. And you know what? MMORPGs aren't, a career choice. I mean, sure, content creator wise, it might be, but for me, it's not. Did I exceed the maximum capacity or what? How am I exceeding the maximum capacity? Memory fragments. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not, looking for a new content creation career in the Throne of Liberty space. It's not something I'm interested in. So, Hyperboost, not a big enough update for me to come back to. It's just not, it's okay. It's a nice little thing. They've done it before in KR. Nice little event for the community. Catch people up and get them back into the game. Whatever. Let them enjoy it. I hope they do. I hope it's a good, enjoyable experience, and the new content they bring out is entertaining for the community and fun. But fuck time gating dungeons and raids and whatnot. Raids, okay, fine. A weekly lockout for a raid, okay, fine. But everything, all that abyss grinding, all the dungeon grinding, I gotta do these every day. Fuck off. I can find, like, I'm very well capable of being creative and finding my own ways to have fun in a game. That's what a video game is for. It's not in the Korean devs mentality to let us do that. They want to tell us what to do. Oh, you have to do this every day. This is how you're going to have fun. You can't have too much fun. No, no. You had fun yesterday, no fun today. Go study. Oh shit, now I'm getting PTSD from my parents. Oh, all Asian parents are the same, bro. What class do you recommend I play? What do you like? Like, what's your interest? Like, what kind of classes do you like? Because we have like over 50 something specializations, so everyone has a bit of a. There's some class that might call out to you. But yeah, sorry I missed a comment there on YouTube. I did play Final Fantasy 14, but the Final Fantasy 14 is the only game I played for the story alone. I never really got into raids and stuff. So the problem with the raids for Final Fantasy is that it always felt like a choreographed dance. I never felt like I could like pump. Like in WoW, I can just have like a really good run of a boss and I'm just like blasting out. Everything just aligned. I just played really well. Oh shit, the team's dying. I can we lost 3 DPS and now we're entering the final phase. It's not over, it's not over. I can keep doing better. I can keep pumping. I can hit my buttons harder and do more damage until a certain limit. I used to play Boomkin in the early patch of Dragonflight, and which was it? It was the second or third boss, the one with the council type boss. It was the second boss in the Vault of Incarnates. So it was like, multiple bosses at once, right? So as a Boomkin, that's my jam. Starfall, dot the world. And my stupid ass guildmaster always howling, stay in my healing circle. Fuck off. I'm a Boomkin. I'm going to be in Narnia. I'm going to make it rain. And man, I loved it. Like, our first clear on the Mythic was the 2 tanks and me left alive. Me self-healing and kept dotting up, and finally I died at the end at like 3%. The other tank died and our paladin just soloed it because paladin tanks are OP, but shit, it was so fun. But in like Final Fantasy, I felt like I'm very contained. Like I have to do my rotation perfect. The GCD is very long compared to like WoW. So like there's no excuse for me not doing it perfect. And then it's like everything is just so strictly choreographed and planned. In WoW, there's that variability. So that's why I liked raiding in WoW, where I didn't like raiding in Final Fantasy. But maybe the reason was I never found like a good group that I enjoyed like hanging out with, But also, the time commitment's an issue now. Hopefully, in a little bit, maybe in like 4 or 5 years that will be gone, because by the time my son starts sleeping through the night, we're probably gonna have another kid. So I am fully aware my sleepless nights will continue for another 3-4 years. I'm prepared. That is my fate. Final Fantasy was fun, man. Like Final Fantasy, the story was just so good. I loved it. I hated the characters. Each and every one of those rats and the scions, fucking hated every single one of them in A Realm Reborn. But over the years, they grow on you. And them as characters grow. I always hated Alpha Node and Alice, but you know what? I love those two. They grew so much since A Realm Reborn. All the others. Urianger, fucking hated the way he talked, but now it's like, I love how he talks in cursive. It's like, over the years, like they built that story over the course of a long time. Meanwhile, BDO is like, oh, how do we get more cron stones? Or how do we make them buy more cron stones? Oh my god, we need to make them more money. Come on, we need to monetize this harder. They could have been building up a badass story over the last 10 years. They could have, and it could have been like a story that every time there's a big expansion, everyone's hyped to find out what happens next. Now we're just seeing how many of Divious's and Choice's cron stones are going to be consumed in tapping the next item. It's like, that was faster than I expected. All right. Oh, we just golem on cron stones. Yeah, BDO story is pressing R. Well, it's not the problem that it's pressing R. It's that the story behind it, the lore is pretty good. but they didn't build characters along with it. We don't resonate with a good backstory of the world. We resonate with characters. We want to cheer for them. We want to see them, progress. We want to see them fall. We want to see them rise. We want to see a villain who's a good damn villain. It's not that, oh, that's an evil person. Like in Shadowbringers, Emmett Salch was the best villain they've made in such a long time. He's the best villain I've seen in a video game for so long. Because, like, I can't hate the guy because I see his side of it. I understand why he's doing the things he's doing. It's really sad to see what happened to him in his past, in his world. But it's not right. This is our world, fucker. We're gonna kill you. And then, like, later, he had this old redemption because, like, you know what? At the end of the day, what was the last thing he said when we beat him? It's like, remember us. Like, you can't hate the guy. And then he comes back in Endwalker, and it was just so good. It's like they told a good story. I wanted to know what happens next. Even World of Warcraft, this story that's been going on so long. For the longest time, I would go onto YouTube, even if I'm not playing the game. I'd watch the cutscenes and see what's going on with the story. And eventually I'm like, all right, y'all clearly laid off the person who wrote the good stories. So then I stopped following it. But a story is so important because this is an MMORPG, right? RPG, role-playing game. A role-playing game entails that we are a character within the story and we are watching it unfold right in front of us. We're a part of it, or we're a close spectator. Like, a good fucking story is important. BDO built a good world, but they can't for the life of them give us a hero. Give us a villain. I get it. There's some witch lady out there just tormenting me. I get it. Good for her. She's a no-lifer. But that's not good enough. And it's not good enough, like, the kind of characters they made. Now they have, like, somewhat of an idea in terms of how to make a character in a story, but in the beginning, it's like, the kind of games I hate is like, okay, this is a character in the game and they're a class. Therefore, they're gender locked. Fuck off. I hate gender locked games. Just annoy me. But I understand. Development wise, it is a lot easier to, gender lock it. And then again, you have to make all the assets and everything for, you need 2 of everything, every skill, every weapon, every skin. So PA tried something dumb with Lommel. I don't care for Historic Soul being in BDO. It has no place in BDO. I have zero, interest in that stuff. And they try to bring like Korean folklore and stuff. Obviously, I don't know what's going on. I didn't even try listening to it because the whole aesthetic of Land of Morning Light, like, it's a beautiful scenery, but that's as far as it goes. Like, you have all the opportunity in the world to write your own thing, create your own, like, version of everything. Like, I mean, they do try. They try. I think Land of the Morning Light was like a big blunder. And unfortunately, that's just the time when there was this huge Lost Ark exodus and all the refugees came over and PA started patting themselves on the back. It's like, we did a good job. I'm like, no, you didn't. You got lucky. And guess what? As soon as they found out how grindy the game was, they all quit. Where are they now? And now we don't have single-sided guild decks. Good for you. No, but it's like they shouldn't have went down the right route. Idania is the first proper expansion they did, and I think they did a good job. Is it the best expansion? In terms of like overall all MMORPGs, it's like a 6 out of 10. Like if you put Shadowbringers as like a an 8.5 out of 10, I gotta dock him some points because the raids are still the same, but in terms of a story, Shadowbringers was 10 out of 10. But like in terms of an overall expansion compared to other games, we're barely cutting a 6. 6 might be high. Because like at the end of the day, game hasn't changed. It's still the same game. We're still grinding for silver. We're still grinding for gear. Yes, there is new gear, new things to spend money on. That's about it. But a long ass filler. Oh my god. I don't. Now you're insulting fillers. Oh. Okay. The time is 11:26. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a 30-minute grind. We're not doing a I don't even think I have enough time to do a full grind here, but I'm going to try. We're going to do a 30-minute grind on the Dosa right now. Unfortunately, I wish I could like stream during like more reasonable hours. Like during the day. And if I start yapping, all of a sudden I'll look at the clock, it's already midnight. Thus is our fate for now. Soon to change, eventually. But dude, like, they should have built a story. They should have built up a character. People, like, these characters that we would remember for years to come. I promise you, I won't remember anything from BDO if I stop playing it. Like, from the story-wise, the lore-wise. Why are you not Orbita grinding? Because I'll die, like, 20 times over. We are very unfocused when we grind on stream, my dude. And I don't know if I have the gear score to do it. I'll reach like 1620 or something. 1630. I don't know if that's enough. Yo, what's up, Russ? How's it going? What the hell is the fruit of labor? Some dude's willing to pay 1,000 G for it? Alright. I'm gonna keep it then. It must be worth something. Oh. Guys, accept the game for what it is. We can't change it. We're not going to change it. PA is not going to change it. All we can hope is they keep improving it. Like, you know, take it in a little bit better direction each time. As long as they do that, I think I'm content. And you guys know I'm going to be playing other stuff on the side. But really, I'm thinking it might be time for that Lost Ark. You know, when I played Lost Ark, I liked it. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to make a lot of alts in order to keep up. How about I just wait for a while, come back and swipe later? That was my logic and I never came back. I always fall back on that logic because I know I won't come back and swipe later. That's just something I'll let the devs hear and they just get high hopes. How much DR? You can probably grind Orbita? You don't need the stats mentioned? Oh, really? I'll try it off stream with my Mystic. Is it a strange situation where it's kind of worth for me to grind out the rest of my infinite mana pot? Is it worth is needed, or am I safe to sell and maybe pick up one later? Personally, I'd keep it. Like, it's one of those things that once you get, and as long as you have a fairy that can do the auto pot, you can forget about it forever. It is a big quality of life. You can always grind that money back, and you'll grind the money back quicker than you can grind a mana pot. And of course, you can always grind the money back and then buy a mana pot, but I would personally keep it. I don't like throwing away, selling off things that are bis. And in terms of potions, that is best to sell it, right? The spot's getting nerfed. The patch notes are already out. Did they mention anything? What's up, Uzi? Vicious? Yanzel? Thanks for the follows, guys. Did they mention anything in the patch notes of it? I didn't think I saw it. I know the 2 new spots are coming. We'll finally be able to release my new grind spot guide. Okay. What do I need to do? Something. Ah. Wait, I already have these in. I have it here! Oh. Past Pansy was smart putting it in here. Okay, great. Okay, let's go. All right, let's see if we remember how to grind. All right, activate everything. Yo, Russ, what do you say? You got your new PC? Delivered it on a pallet. Didn't realize it was that big. My old PC was mid-tier and was quite light. God damn, send me pictures. Unless you showed it off on stream, I'll catch your VOD or something. Oh, good stuff. Grats, dude. Always fun to get new rig. Guys, I'm so proud of myself. I remember the rotation. Almost had a straggler there. Good job, Pansy. Oh. Did you take the weekly? No, I didn't. Where did we take that? I totally forget about that. Is it around here? Haven't streamed yet. I put pictures in my Discord. Oh, definitely will check it out, dude. It's at the Adana. I totally messed up my rotation. In front of the castle. Oh, right there. Okay. This one? The failed Adana? All the way down the castle. Oh, okay. Well, let's go get it. Yeah. I will definitely get it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it tonight, though. Wait. Do I need to do the quest line? No? Not this? Oh, maybe I didn't do the quest line far enough to get it. Huh? Or maybe I need to pick it up on my Mystic? Did I even do the quest over here? I don't even remember. Oh, wait. Why is it all hidden? There it is. Nice. All right. Oh, shoot. Did I mess up my rotation? I did mess up my rotation. Oh, well. Oh, come on. Okay. Focus up. Focus up. Stop messing up. All right. That's what I'm talking about. There's also Jatina quest for those 10 seals. It's fine. I feel like I did pick up that one earlier in the week. I think I already did that. Do I need to kill the contamination thing? I don't think I need to, right? Should have reset a few hours ago. Oh, gotcha. Oh, shoot. Wrong skill. Oh, well. The boss is reset? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I need to do Jordine again then. Good stuff. Yeah, I've been doing Jordine every week. That's all I can do with my gear. But That's fun. So we are at 54 minutes. We're gonna go until you got 30 minutes left on these buffs. Oh my god, a straggler. A rare sight indeed for my Dosa. So chat, realistically, the next game I'm going to review is probably going to be Lost Ark, just because I haven't played that one in particular in a long time. Guild Wars 2 I've been back to. New World, I feel like I need some more time on that one. And because it's going to take me, because I don't even know if I ever capped on it. Did I ever cap? Oh my god, I messed up my rotation now. I'm like, ugh. I don't know if I ever capped on New World. I need to look into it. So like New World is the one I have the least experience on. I don't have much experience on Lost Ark as well, but I think I can figure that out a little bit easier than New World. We're gonna review it. Oh, how did I mess up my rotation again? I can't yap as well when I'm playing this class. Like my Mystic, it's on autopilot. Yo, Console, how's it going? Good to see you again, bro. What's good? What's good? You're just getting a little bit of grind in. We're gonna get about a half-hour grind going. Well, done. We got 22 minutes here, and then we got some other stuff I want to do. Oh. Up, my 2-minute buff is back up. I should have led with a skill, because if you use a skill first and then use your other skills, it flows in quicker, like R&B or something. Always forget. Oh, I think I did that a bit too early. And I don't know why Shift Alt Me is on cooldown, but okay. Is Throne of Liberty dead? I mean, it's definitely lower player numbers than usual, like what it used to be, right? But they're going to be doing a hyper boost server. They got new content coming out, so I'm sure it'll get a little bit of a resurgence. Not a hyper boost server, a hyper boost system is going to be implemented for new characters and existing characters or something. So you can only do it on probably one character. I'm sure they'll limit it some way. So I'm sure it'll get some activity back. It's not dead. I mean, the game's still there. There's some servers which are still active enough. But if they wanted to like maintain a high player base, then I don't know why they time gated so many things. It just like, even thinking about it makes me sick. And they're like, oh, it's not like that anymore. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Thank you. I mean, I had a great time. I enjoyed the game. It was a beautiful game, you know. Definitely think it was one of the better games that came out over the last few years. And yeah, I'm happy with my story ending there for the time being. I don't really find a need for me to go rehash that yet. Eventually, sure. I can see myself going back to Throne and playing it again. But I think right now I want to go and review MMORPGs. I think that's what I want to do. So since I experienced a lot of Throne last year, it's on the back burner for me. So who here plays Lost Ark right now? Or on the side, or followed up with what's going on in there? I just need to know what class I need to play. Because like I used to be a paladin. I don't know how they're doing. Or do people even take supports? Or is this a no support game now? Or oh, what's my rotation? Why'd I mess that up? I have to think about my rotation, my skills still. Supports are God? Really? Like, if I decided to hyper boost my paladin, I'm gonna be okay. And I wanted PvP on my paladin too then. I believe if I'm gonna review a game, I have to play all aspects of it. Except ERP. That is outside of my scope. Sorry, Gooners. Big shortage? Okay. Okay. Because I really like Paladin. Like the aesthetic of Paladin. The way it plays, the way it looks. And my Paladin had my old moniker. It's called Valor. That was my FPS moniker back in the day. And then I started playing this, I started playing BDO with a couple of my friends who knew me from a game where I had the name Pansy. And then I didn't really think ahead. I didn't think about like not using that name for my YouTube channel. At any point, I could have definitely just said, okay, we're not calling ourselves Pansy anymore. Because like my family name wasn't even Pansy back then. I don't know why I kept going by it. We just didn't think ahead. Clearly, youthful Pansy was a lot more carefree than me. So now I have to go through where half the games think my name is a bad word. Rip me. Oh, that's my only complaint. Like in Ragnarok mobile classic, the one I was playing, bro, couldn't use the name. I'm like, oh well, shit. And then some games let me put I'm Pansy, but not Pansy. I'm like, okay. On console, on PC. I don't think there's PvP in Lost Ark. Is there? There's arenas, normalized arenas. And I used to play a little bit of it. I thought it was fun. I had a lot of control as a paladin. So like I had a lot of fun just like bouncing people. Oh no, I messed that up completely. Oh well. Honestly, the Dosa rotation's fun. It's a fun one. I like all these skills flying off, all these big particle effects. Normally, I'm like, that hurts my eyes, but for Dosa, I like it. When I first played him back in the day, I didn't like it, but now it's like, I'm looking at the animations to see which stage of the skill it is, and I need to cancel it out. And that aspect is something I enjoy. And of course, it gets into muscle memory after some point, but still. Until then, let me enjoy it. Oh shit, why'd I use that skill? Oh well. Hello? When did I use Shift LMB again? Oh my god. Oh well. But yeah, I'm thinking like a good solid week before Warborn comes out is gonna be good. Warborn is a... People who played Albion will probably, you know, find similarities in Warborn. I know they ripped off some stuff straight up, but it's basically like a MMORPG. But it's top-down, like League, where you pick different characters called drifters. Which, normally I don't like games like that because they always end up being some gacha thing. I don't know anything about the monetization yet, so we'll hold our judgment. We're gonna do an unbiased review of it. Oh, this guy. I hate this guy. He's so annoying. This guy looks like that dude Saitama punched in episode 1. Ah. No! Oh, man. I knew that was coming. Get out of there. We're gonna die. Okay, so reset the rotation. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, why did I do that? That was not the rotation. I wish I could just fast forward into like 100 hours of experience. It's just a repetition thing. I just need to put in the hours for this guy. I'll get the hang of it eventually. Nice. Including Lifestone effect, I see 3 effects in the Lifestone now. They have amplified. What are you talking about? Amplified is basically, it empowers the individual effects of a Lightstone. So the stats and stuff. So the stat bonus shouldn't change. It's just the individual stats associated with each Lightstone is what is different now. It just gets increased. Auto stack? I mean, they all stack. You can have like a full set of amplified Lightstones on and you get more bonus out of it. Yeah. Right, guys? Remember gamers video. Best class is Shy. Oh my god. Shy's not a bad class to grind on. It's just that I never wanted to upgrade her Artina Soul with Caphras. I just like never felt like that was a good move. They shouldn't have done that. They should have just added it. They should have made tagging it give it automatically. I don't know why it has to be a separate thing. Because like she is a very chill grinder. Her rotation is very chill. One of the chillest in the game. But hey, you know, is what it is. Latest Christianity? No, I didn't. Anything interesting there? Should we watch it on stream? A hilarious orbited bug? Is it the teleporting the mob bug? And killing them AFK fishers? Megu Gang? Yes, I seen it in person. Someone like ported right next to me. On my fisher, but not like on me, like the pack of players next to me. I know exactly which one that is. Oh. Yeah. All right, perfect rotation. Let's go. No mistakes. Nah, I was all right. The skill was on cooldown, man. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Tapping your Adania armors or converting them into for a full Adania set first. I'm not going to be buying armors for a while. I think I'm pretty comfy on my gear progression at the current state. So what we've been doing is we've been investing our money. We've been buying stuff like memory fragments for like really cheap and stuff. We're going to hold it long term. And when prices go back up, we'll sell. I was like, I had the cash to set a pre-order for my second piece of Tet Slumbering Origin armor, but I chose not to. I didn't want to like influence other players to do the same, you know what I mean? I don't want to be the reason someone's grinding in BDO. They should grind because they enjoy the game. I just felt like I didn't want to do that same gameplay loop where I'm just, you know, I'm just gonna be fodder anyway. Let me try something different in my own way and see if I can make it ahead.
Dreams that I dream in a world
I ain't even gonna hold up. I tapped both my last two Tet armors on the same day. Dude, you tapped him? Bro, I am afraid to tap him. That is not something I want to do. Oh. I totally messed up my rotation and I'm about to die. Why am I about to die? I don't know. Gambler life. You know what? I'm gonna stop it here. I'm losing too much focus. This weekly quest shall not be done. How many am I at? I didn't even see. What the heck is this? Which is it? Aha. Yeah, we're not close. Okay. Content time! Addicted to tapping gear. Yep, that's how they get you. Dark patterns. Let's see if my wife messaged me anything. I think we're safe. Let's go. Tap. I went through a whole enhancing arc when Idania came out. Like, I had a bunch of crons and everything saved up, pay to win boxes and all that stuff. I had over 100,000 cron stones. Meanwhile, there's like other people with like 300,000, 400,000, 500. I'm like, bro, I had 100,000. I'm proud of myself for even saving that much. Okay, I like pre-ordered like 26 costumes and everything. So like, what did we tap? We tapped Oct, Nav on the accessories, and then straight tapped. Well, not a straight tap, but I tapped offhand to like Hex, and then a few, maybe a week or two later, or like a week later, I got all the crons from the login reward, and I tapped this one to set. Hardcore, I didn't even play it. I didn't know any of the classes. I didn't like any of the classes. I wanted a mystic. No mystic. Black Star weapons don't grind. Just tap billions. Yeah. I mean, this one time we had Biohack on our Masterminds podcast, and we just talked about like the economy scale on BDO back then. This was years ago, and he said it. He said the most truest shit. Like, why tap? Or sorry, why grind when you can just tap and make the most money in the game? Like, it's true. Like, why even do all this? Just sit there and enhance and profit, right? That's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. Alrighty. Let's see. So, what should we do first? So, obviously, I want to look into some Lost Ark stuff. I don't know. In terms of Lost Ark, I need to decide on a class. Definitely open for my Paladin. But maybe I might have more fun on a DPS class. I don't know. I don't know how it is playing support. But let's see what's going on Reddit first, I guess. Let's go hop on Reddit. See what's new here. Wet it. How's this chat box looking? Alright, what's going on in BDO Reddit? 16 hours ago. The hell are these newbies we're getting? Me trying to find a soft way to tell my mentee that this game is pay to win and someday he'll have to buy a tent. My 4 weeks old mentee who already spent 2K in the game. Alright, chat. Who is this referring to? I've been out of the loop. Is there anyone specific? No more Throne of Liberty? I feel like a hyper boost isn't anything entertaining for me. The new content they're releasing with the new weapon, I think it's cool. I think it's like nice. I think they're getting some nice stuff over there. Good for them. But I spent a lot of time and decent bit of money there last year. I think I'm still on cooldown. uh you know, it's the type of player, right? There's some people who'll come in and spend like $1,000 and then quit like way too soon. They just get into it. They just start gambling. They're like, "Ooh, I'm getting gear gains," and then it's like, "Oh, if I spend this money, then I'll enjoy the game. I can just chill and do some fun stuff." And then yeah, Canon, Conan, who's Conan? You mean Canon? Cannon's on a Throne. Well, Throne, he was one of the biggest content creator there. I'm not surprised if he's playing it. Uh, you mean Cannon, right? Yeah. I mean, Cannon was he was there in Throne and Liberty in Korea, so he put in a lot of time and effort into that game. Definitely can get a good review out of him for how that hyper boost went. I'm sure he'll drop a video on it. You just got to be blunt and upfront with the minimal goalpost moving. They'll see what you mean with it without you eventually. The goalpost is never gonna stop moving. I don't think the problem is ever the goalpost moving. It's just that the whole progression, they move it 30 feet, and then it's like to cross that 30 feet is hundreds of thousands of cron stones or hundreds of hours. That's just how it goes. Spender's gonna spend. Just make sure to tell them about the 1+1 boxes, etc., so they aren't needlessly wasting their money on non-promotional stuff. Even that, I really don't want to like encourage people to buy those 1+1 boxes if they're not into spending money on this game. Me, I'll spend money that I earn from content. Like, I never spend more than I earn. Like, there was this one time I really wanted to play this one game, and I knew it was going to be a gacha. So I took sponsorships before that. So I funded my way into it. Well, luckily I didn't spend more than a couple hundred, and then I got out and like, it's not worth spending all my money on. You get 760 gear score and still die from a 720 gear score account. At the same time, you can get 760 gear score, hit a 800 gear score account, and who's actually built for PvP, and just tickle them. If you're dying to a 760 account, either you're not built right for PvP or it's a skill issue. But on equal footing, that 40 gear score makes a big difference. I mean, sure, I can see a mystic like e-buffing and just slapping someone, someone who has like 70, like not 70, but 30, 40 gear score over them and just killing them. Yeah, for sure. It's possible, but killing someone once, I mean, what's that do? I think it's more that the system behind it. It's you gotta have a healthy relationship with the game. Like, if you're someone who's like, I gotta get to the end game gear score, then I'll have fun. You gotta have fun now. You gotta have fun where you're at right now, and play the game for the right reason. If you're not having fun, what's the point of playing a game? Like, if you want a job, go get a job. You'll at least make money out of it. It's like, there's some people who play this game and grind so religiously and they don't even like it. They're just constantly complaining and bitching about it. I'm like, yo, take a break, bro. Why are you this game's making you feel so negative? Just take a break. Why I love my shy. God damn. One of them shy tanks. I think grinding is fine from a free-to-play point of view, as is fishing, trading. Other life skills definitely require more money investment. Plus, you need a value pack. I mean, the value pack is a bare minimum. Though, if you want to min-max the game, it can get expensive, but luckily, most things are one-time purchases. A lot of one-time purchases, if you ask me. For life skilling, need time reduction outfit, otter, hedgehog, 10. Actually, I don't think you need time reduction outfit after the mana change, right? The silver outfit's being removed and whatnot. But yeah, value pack. Weight is also very convenient. Fishing, you can take it a step further, get durability reduction, and utilize pay to win rods. Less of an issue with a 30-day limit, or for triple rod fishing. Grinding, oh, I minimized it. Tent, all 4 pets, very expensive, but less important as spots usually require you to stand in one place. A good fairy, can get lucky and not pay to win. Weight, yet again, very convenient. I stopped buying weight years ago. All my new characters I tag, 1100 weight, 1200 weight. That's it. I used to at least have like 4 T4 weight pets, but I converted them. I fed them into my fishing pets. Sag. You know, reading these are all valid points, definitely, but I wouldn't justify a free-to-play player's time with this. You got to be willing to buy a value pack. Definitely need to be buying a value pack, and if you're going to play for the right reasons, play to have fun. Don't play to grind and catch up to the end game, and then you'll enjoy PvP or something, bro. That's not something you should you should aspire for. I mean, you can. It just takes a ridiculous cost. The cost behind it is just too high for the ordinary person. Live vicariously through content creators and save your money and time and live a better life. The cash shop's ultra pay to win, 100%. But the thing is, like, it's the balance between pay to win. Some games, I used to play this one game called Fiesta Online. My God, that was the most pay to win game ever, and I don't know why we played it. Oh, I know why we played it. The drama was peak, but it was the most entertaining game by far. But let me tell you how pay to win it was. You could buy charms on the cash shop, which give you 100% more damage and defense. You can buy HP extenders, which go up to like 100% more HP. You can buy costumes, which each costume piece had stats associated with it. You get 0 costume from in-game. So like people will have like 25-30% more damage, 50% more crit from costumes alone, depending on, and that was like a whole builds oriented to costumes and stuff. And then they roll out some costumes every now and then and not bring them back for a while, so people would panic buy them up. And then it's like you had to have like all these things. That was a true pay to win game, because without charms, without all that stuff, you will get one shot by the boss. The end game boss will one shot you. There's no hope for you. Like, there's absolutely no hope that you will survive. And that's a true pay to win game. It mandated you to get that. And later they made it so that you can actually sell it in game. Before we had to RMT and hope that the person doesn't scam us. Like, you have to be like, oh, I need a gifter, and then they're like, okay, what do you need? You give them the money and they send you the items. That was a true pay to win game. BDO, sure, it doesn't mandate it, but what BDO does is it gives you a very long road to grind. So you have to spend money, or you have to spend time, and both of them can be very, very demanding. And if you're having fun, then I have no qualms with it. But you know, sometimes you'll fall into the pattern of like being unhappy with the game and still grinding your days away. Just take a break, bro. Just log out. Just clean up your inventory, buy all your grinding buffs and everything, you know, organize your characters, park them at your favorite grind spot, and just log out, uninstall. Come back 6 months down the line, get a bunch of free shit, you know, you'll be at your favorite grind spot, immediately start blasting, go tap a few things, get returning players luck, because you know they're increasing RNG for people who come back so they can pull them in and keep them in the game. Tell me they're not, I'll call you a liar. But that's how you do it, guys. Don't blow up all your gear. Just clean up your character. Say, I'll see you later, bud. See you in 6 months or a year, maybe a few years. Who knows? That's it. Biggest challenge playing a scholar: playing other characters and forgetting you don't have fall damage negation. I've died 3 times by jumping off a cliff. You know what? Because you play a scholar, deserved. Oh shit. What happened to PvE? What do you mean? We're still grinding circles, right? Took a break 2 months ago when I left I could pretty easily clear Tunger. Oh, he doesn't know. He didn't know about the changes they did to the AP caps, poor guy. That was a rude awakening, logging back in. It took me multiple skill rotations to clear one pack. I was told now I need Sovereign Offhand to do basically any content. That is a fucking lie. You don't need Sovereign Offhand to basically do content, chat. Just most of the Adania stuff. But anyone else, especially at 313, you don't need a Sovereign Offhand. I'm seeing this triple digit pities and I'm like, fuck. Oh, what are you tapping? What are you tapping? Let's see. People hitting something within 3 taps while I pitied everything. Returning player RNG gets you, dude. You know it's on purpose. There's no way that is not a thing. There's absolutely no way. Like, I don't care if they don't admit it. There's absolutely no way. Like, 100%, they probably coded something in that is returning players get a higher enhancement RNG. There's absolutely no way that's not true. Oh my god. Alright. You know what? I kind of want to see what's going on in slash MMORPG. Let's see. Oh, for fuck's sake. Healing Frog still at it. Now, this guy is a character. This guy is an absolute unit of r/MMORPG. This is Healing Frog. So for a few years now, homie plays EverQuest as a Healing Frog. And he's very into that character. He's been making posts. Healing Frog. And then he types in a funny way too. Healing Frog want to know what adventures everyone is on. Healing Frog want. Why is there always a space between wa and nt? Does he actually talk like that? Oh my god. To know what adventures everyone is on, he does. Healing Frog is sort of in conflict what to play. He is suffering from the same thing the rest of us are. I thought he was really in love with playing Healing Frog. Okay, let's try to decipher this. It's actually amusing. Whoops. So, basically he's trying to ask what everyone else is playing. He really is. He's in a conflict of some sorts and wants to play feel like sort of just not know. He doesn't know what to play. Also, Healing Frog is poor IRL, so he wants to play free-to-play games like Pantheon or Project Gorgon, which he is hearing that you can be a spider. So he wants to play that game. So he wishes to play that game and wants to know what adventures the rest of us have been on. Healing Frog cares about MMO players. What does SM mean? So monkey. I'll assume it's so monkey because no, that's not what I mean. Because he has beautiful experiences in these virtual worlds and loves to hear stories and is feeling like MMOs are rare because I think he's trying to say MMORPGs are special because of these type of experiences, which you can't get from any other game. And he's been in depression and is not... What? Depression 2? It not good. For fuck's sake, I want to slap this frog. Alright. He's feeling depressed about... And he's caring about everyone and would love to hear what adventures everyone's on. Okay, for fuck's sake, that was hard. Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't have any ribbons in there. He's been very consistent, I must say. Hold on, hold on. Top 1% commenter. My man. Okay, let's go to his post. BDO? Holy shit, he tried to come to BDO. We had Healing Frog and BDO? Bro, BDO. The BDO Reddit banned Healing Frog. What's wrong with them? This guy. You should be honored to have him in your community. Oh, video, why'd you ban him? These video Reddit mods, they're heartless. Poor Healing Frog. Oh my god. Yeah, we should get Healing Frog on a podcast. But I don't know. He said he's poor. We should all pitch in and fund his VTube avatar as a frog. Oh man, this guy. Okay, note from the monitors, banning you not only for the low effort spam, but also as a matter of safety, almost giving me a stroke with whatever the fuck the post was supposed to say, and to prevent it from causing seizures upon others. That is so mean! I shouldn't laugh, that is me. Shame on you, moderator. Add Chris Polly. Hey, don't leave God Polly. Don't bring God Polly into this. You know, one time I tried to bring him on for an interview. We just couldn't get the timings right because I was on a late night and he was on the other side of the world. Someday that would be the dream, right? I'd rather listen to the dude. Video mod, why'd you do this? I'm curious to know what they did. What he posted. Oh, all right. Let's try to dig into this. BDO mod unfair ban Healing Frog. So, I'm going to try to translate for Healing Frog once again, okay? So, he's been trying to bring some good and love and positivity into MMOs. So, after this, he doesn't know what to think anymore. He loves BDO, but he can't believe a mod would treat him like this. And he's like, yes, I have mental problems, but he always tries to be respectful. Healing Frog, you know, he never meant to upset the mods for being so he never meant to upset the mods, but he's being made to look like a bad person, and he's so sad. He put so much time into BDO, and he thought he was just trying to bring some good vibes, and he didn't mean to break the rules. He can't believe this, and he was sad. Free Healing Frog! Oh, that's so mean. So mean. Oh, man. All right, let's see what the comments are saying. Hey, man, some Reddit Jenny with an authoritarian issue. Not liking you doesn't represent the game itself. I highly doubt he's associated with the actual company who made BDO. Don't let this affect your enjoyment in the game. We still love you. At other subs, you can't win them all. I not want to play BDO anymore. The mod hurt me too much. I don't know. Oh man, this guy, he's traumatized. If I ever play BDO again, I have a special mission for Robot Shy. Did he actually make a Shy? Turn him into a meme coin. Hey, let's rug pull harder than the price of memory fragments. Oh. Ah. Whoa. What is he going on about? He's commenting on his own thing. He's not even replying to other people. Oh my god. What hurt the most is I've been enjoying the game so much. But, oh, it means so much. Of course. But it's not even that he wants to play anymore if this is how the mods are treating him. Oh my god. He always gets along with the mods. It hurts so much. Oh, poor frog. Oh, poor Healing Frog. He's so hurt by this. He can't put it into words. Oh, I've been such a hard time. Oh my god, this guy, he clearly is a very avid user of Reddit, and being banned on Reddit really hurt his feelings. Oh, poor guy. Poor Healing Frog. Now I kind of want to see what other shenanigans Healing Frog's been up to. Is this the rabbit hole I didn't expect I was gonna fall into? Oh no! Sadness and grief? You know what? I don't want to go into Healing Frog's mental health post there. Turtle WoW. Oh, looks like Healing Frog was in Turtle WoW and he was Healing Cow. All right. That's more like it. Healing Frog finally trying WoW. This is Healing Cow. Oh my god. He is a friend of Healing Frog before the giant explosion of the universe that sent many creatures into many places and has never played WoW before and was always intimidated. And just because he knows it's so big, the feeling like finally starting a brand new adventure. Any tips? Wait a minute. This was 15 days ago. Did you really go from... Yo, Frog Dude? Did you really go from... Sorry. From WoW to BDO in 4 days? What the hell happened in WoW? Who hurt Healing Cow? I think you guys will find a warm welcome in TWoW. Oh, this isn't even WoW. This is... Oh yeah, this is the private server. Turtle WoW. Just jump right in. Don't worry too much. Snag a PF quest and PF UI add-ons from the launcher. Turn on whatever tweaks and mods you want. And have fun. Can you tell me how I had add-ons? Thank you, friend. Healing Frog joined us. Now that's a party. I love this. Oh my god. Oh, you caught a tripod fish? Grats, dude. 4chan is perfect for him. Oh, let's keep him safe, okay? Oh, I started EverQuest 2 right around the time you did. Welcome to TWoW. This is an EverQuest celebrity boy. Show some respect. I believe I saw a guild called Cult of Healing Frog on this. Oh man. Good luck, Healing Cow. I'm curious. Healing Frog has a Twitch? Bro. Alright, I'm following Healing Frog. Oh, no videos. Shame. Infamous Healing Frog and Turtle WoW. Oh, well, good shit. But why did he jump so quick? Did he not like it? I wonder what happened. Maybe if we dig into his comments. So that was 15 days ago. I need to find out what happened in Turtle WoW. Oh my god, is he actually... this is hard to navigate. I'm not very good in Reddit. Okay, so... let's see. Yep. We're not going into mental health posts there. Which... that's EverQuest. Ah, here's his BDO post. Robot Shy in Elvia. Sort of scary vibes in Elvia IMO. So I'm trying to figure out like what he did to get himself banned in BDO. In BDO Reddit. It's not BDO. Robot Shy. Sort of scary vibes in Elvia. Of course he went to Swamp Fogans. I think he's there. Let's see. Elvia sort of scary. A little because the way everything has a green tint. And everything... green tint to everything. Robot Shy has never been here before. And she's trying to get rid of all the evil Frogans because though her story is not connected to Healing Frog, she sort of thinks about frogs and Frogans are evil. Okay. Alright, let's see how the community reacted. You got a Healing Frog. Only you can save us from the evil Frogans of Elvia. May the Black Spirit bless you. You go, Healing Frog. Whoops. Yes. I don't think anyone was upset by this. I mean, not too many people cared, but that's okay. I don't think anyone was upset by my god, what could he have done? Was he like posting on all the other posts? Do Reddit mods actually go and read everything? That must be so hard. Healing Frog was on RuneScape. My man. Healing Frog was Eagle Archer. Okay. He's on RuneScape 3. Oh my god. Is he still in character in the mental health post, I wonder? Lost Ark. He was in Lost Ark. In a month, he's been to so many games. I still need... maybe there's some more. If we can filter out just the BDO posts. Let's focus on that. Let's delete this. Let's just look into the BDO ones and see what happened. We're going back in time, though. We're going back in time. Okay. So he's been on the BDO forums for like a few months now. These are dating back to 3 months. Plus. Let's see how far it goes. Yeah, he's been pretty... I didn't know he was on BDO. I don't follow Reddit. So looks like... at least 4 months. Okay, 4 months ago he came back after not playing for a year. Okay. Let's try to piece this together. We're in detective mode. He hasn't played for a year. Sorry, I need to put this in full screen. Hasn't played for a year. Something special horrors. Okay. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Okay, you know, nice interaction from... oh, wait a minute. This guy wasn't too happy. Hate these posts. Go read the patch notes. So much happens every week. You can't expect someone to summarize it for you. Oh, man. Okay, for the most part, nothing too crazy there. Then what? He got a pen Voltara, and he's so excited for it. What did he do? YOLO tap it? Okay, so he YOLO tapped it. Not have 5,000 crown stones, so I just tap it. So he YOLO tapped a pen Voltara and was happy about it. Good for him. I think you know what? I think these posts so far, they're not terrible. They said I couldn't make a healing wizard in BDO. Okay, so he made a healing wizard in BDO. When he plays MMOs, he tries to make non-human characters. People may hear about Healing Frog, but he loves playing as non-human characters in MMORPGs. But since in this game he's already a human, something. So basically, TLDR, he made a wizard. All right. Community, let's see the worst here. What are the worst things people said? What a clown. Yeah, he got downvoted. I'm not a clown. This is healing wizard. Oh man. Whatever the fuck you wanted. Bro did whatever the fuck you wanted to do. Yep. Alright, so far nothing too outrageous. Let's keep going. Robot Shy refuses to go Karazad. I'm staying with gold grade things. Alright, so he doesn't like Karazad's fair. Alright, well, now you know the shitty community. I don't think the community's been too crazy. I think all the comments have been pretty much in line. I swear, it must be a mod who's like, I have to read everything just in case, and then it just got tired of him. What the hell? Did I mess up playing Shy? I play Kuno and I grind 5 times faster. Just play something else, man. But I don't think Kuno Awakening was the play 3 months ago. Just saying. Maybe he wasn't playing Shy right, because like a Shy could grind. It's not that she's terrible at grinding or anything. He's like, are you having a stroke? Also, don't worry about it. Oh, dude, don't start off with that. He's playing his character. Oh, no way you're not a Sugzerker with all the way you're typing. Oh, fair. Okay. Skill issue. You didn't believe me when I told you Shy was a bad grinder in 90% of the spot. You can totally have Shy as a main and second character. It just costs more money. Yada yada yada. Okay, alright. Fair. What's next? Thinking of not going to go Karazat, I'm going for Tungrad. Didn't we already start with this? He already said he wasn't going for it, but I don't think this posted too well here. Let me see how the community's been acting. I think everyone's been downvoting him. Oh, okay. Fair. After his healing wizard one, everything got downvoted, probably. Or can you even see negative votes? Oh, you can. Then probably not. I don't know. But still, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Weird choice. Yeah. Just go Karazat and equip BSR crystals in those slots. Oh. Godzilla had a stroke trying to read this and fucking Monka. Okay. Look what I buy for Kuno. Often 2 billion. Are often pen offen's really 2 billion? I've got to see this. Such old, outdated items. Yeah, they are. How the mighty have fallen. Blue Zarka. Goodbye, old king. All right. And now I'm pretty sure this got. I wish I was as enthusiastic as this guy. Oh. Because he enjoys mid game and feels connected to his Tungrad pen. Can't really complain. He's enjoying the game better than most of us. It's kind of funny. Oh, too early to read all that. Okay. All right. The worst grind spot. What is the worst grind spot? What is the worst grind spot? I mean, worst grind spot you hate, not you like. Hey, he's kind of out of character here, not gonna lie. All right. Finally got his infinite pots. Congrats. He got huge upvotes for that. Good for him. I want to play as different non-human race like this turtle. We had a rumored orc class years ago that's never seen the light of day. Star's End. Oh my god, robot chai grinding in Star's End. Visualizing in the mirror the man I want to become. You know, this is honestly, it's entertaining. I don't think it's too terrible. I think some moderator felt the need that they have to read every single post, and then they're like, you know what? We're tired of reading this. That's about it. So, rest in peace, Healing Frog in BDO Reddit. Unfortunately, he did not receive the same reception as he does in other communities, but that's okay. Oh. I was so excited, thought I was ranked 40 for next class. I'm gonna be leveling. No, it's 70. You have to be 70 out of 70. It shows you. You didn't know? Oh shit. Nah, you're stuck there for a while. Yeah, people actually start putting points into previous class skills at that point. You're 44? Damn. What am I? I'm not even close. I'm 27, dude. You're way ahead of me. I'll probably make my review video of this and say goodbye for a while. Shadow, are you gonna try out Warborn? I'm planning to get into Lost Ark before a Warborn and make a review there. September 19th. Oh, his family abandoned him. Poor Healing Frog. Alright. Let's get my music back. BL4? Borderlands? Is that it? Alright, so we went down the rabbit hole of Healing Frog and BDO. TLDR, mods read every post, finally got sick of him and banned him. Rest in peace. If it's good enough to hold me over, I'll BF6? What's BF6? Battlefield 6? When's that come out? I thought it wasn't out yet? Maybe those are beta footage that we've been watching. Oh shit. Okay, we're good. October 10th. Okay. Nice. How much is it gonna cost? Is the Ion 2 video out yet? I heard we're gonna get more info tomorrow. It's probably in another 4 hours. We'll have to go over it tomorrow. Cool. We'll see tomorrow what they come up with. $70. It was amazing. Damn. Well, let's see. Okay, so they're gonna show mobile gameplay footage for Ion 2 tomorrow. Interesting. You played a lot of... Okay, okay. I'll have to check it out. I bought the last one. I didn't get too deep into it. Honestly, I was playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 over it. "2042 was the worst one, yeah. But there's one memorable moment in that game that I will never forget for the rest of my life. I was driving a tank. I turned my camera. The hill was there. The sun behind the hill. And one enemy just walked up into it. I saw a silhouette. It was so beautiful. I fired my cannon. It hit him, not the ground. Him. And he just went splat. It was just such a beautiful sight. And the shell just went straight through. No explosion, nothing. It coming from a cannon, it was just so satisfying. The ragdolls is funny. Dude, I might have to check it out. I might have to check it out. Let's see what's in the news. A single bullet sending you across the map. Damn. Well, might be fun. Might be fun. Let's see. Okay. Diablo 4 devs, or this is a creator. Diablo creator, okay. David Brevik weighs in on AI. I like AI. Let me see. Diablo 4? Yeah, it's alive. It's alive. It has its community. Let's see. So it looks like homie did something. He found Skystone Games, something something. So I want to see what he has to say about AI, a different kind of wait, indie publishers? I heard about indie development companies. I didn't know there was indie publishers. In addition to publishing, Brevik has remained active as a consultant. His work on Torchlight Infinite provided a window into how his game design expertise. I heard Torchlight Infinite wasn't a bad mobile game. State of the industry. Topic shifted to the industry's turbulence in the recent years that has led to layoffs, studio closures, and widespread uncertainty. Brevik sees this not as an anomaly, but as a part of the broader cycle shaped by technology shifts and economic realities. It almost feels like a correction in a post-COVID world where development was spurred by studios expanding and technological breakthroughs that made development much easier than ever before. Now, years later, there's a contraction of larger studios with reasoning being multifaceted. MMORPG.com asks, so the industry feels like it's in a precarious place right now. What's your outlook? Where do you think it's headed in the next 10 years? Well, that's a great question. I think we will be there will be a rebound at some point, but something like this was almost inevitable. Two big things got us here. First, digital distribution removed the barriers of manufacturing and retail deals. Suddenly, anyone can publish on Steam for $100. Second, engines like Unity and Unreal made it almost anyone can make a game. You don't even need to be a programmer anymore. That's why we see thousands of games released a year. There's so much more competition. It's overwhelming. So in a lot of ways, I think this is a new normal, but I do think there will be a rebound. Big companies overspent during COVID and contracted, but they will form new teams and projects again to ensure future revenue. It might be corrections, but when was this done? When was this interview? This is this is actually today? Okay. So I was gonna say, I mean, like, a lot of companies recently, over the last couple of years, I got laid off at one point, a lot of thousands of people are getting laid off every year. Even when like a company is like at its peak and in revenue, they cut off a lot of workforce. Like, AI is certainly a reason. I mean, but also it's not just that, okay, there's going to be a bot that's going to do all the work these people were doing. It's more of like them trying to preemptively be ready to restructure because it's a huge talent war. They have to be ready to hire all the best talent right away for some of them. And others, it's like it's a cost thing. Yeah, AI can do it a lot cheaper. Or maybe one person can do the job of four using AI or some new tools. Excuse me. But and in terms of like the gaming industry, it's like sometimes like these companies like we recently saw with like Blizzard, right? Microsoft did huge layoffs. I knew we have a family friend who was in Microsoft at a very high position for 15 years. He's really high up, but then he got laid off too. It's like, a lot of people go. It's like they're like, who's the most expensive? Bye. And it's like, they laid off a lot of people in a lot of parts. They're like, oh, this isn't revenue generating. Oh my god, bye. It's like, wait, we needed those people. But there's a lot of reasons that go into it. Of course, technology adapting and changing and improving over the years. That's always going to be a big point to it. It's like once upon a time, you guys remember the whole drama of learn to code like 10, 15 years ago? Now it's like, who needs to code? It's like AI's there. Yeah, that's just how it goes. In terms of game, like, I can't really comment on like game companies per se, but like MMORPG specifically, uh I think that's in a more awkward position because like we're coming off this whole wave of mobile games. Like, look past into the last 8 years or so. Mobile games were the stars of the show. Even further back, mobile games always were, but mobile MMORPGs make quick bucks. Yeah, the game's not going to survive, but you'll make like way more money for way less effort. And now we're seeing like, some games have a lot of success with, cross-platform games. Albion, RuneScape, they did it well. They had a perfect implementation of it, and they have such strong presence in their respective spaces, and they have a really strong brand value. It was interesting to see NC actually shift away from being like mobile first. They had Lineage 2M, and they had like other mobile games too, but Lineage 2M was basically the predecessor to Throne of Liberty. If you look at Lineage 2M, you'll find a lot of similarities in textures and art styles in comparison to Throne of Liberty. And in one of the interviews with their CEO, he mentioned that, MMORPGs are going to be focused on PC, and it's not going to be focused on mobile. Mobile is going to be essentially said it's going to be like a supporting platform to it, which I think we shouldn't take it like, oh, that's such a good, he's seeing the light or anything. No, I mean, companies want to get the bag from both sides, right? The mobile side as well as the PC side. But they are focusing more in terms of the game for the PC, but the crossover has to happen in a healthy manner. Like if you look at if you launch a PC client and it has the little bubbles on the bottom right side where your skills are, and you only have like 5 or 6 of them, that's not gonna fly. It has to be done right. So like technology has been evolving to a point where now, like, if you look at mobile games 10 years ago versus now, the games coming out now on mobile, they compete with PC graphics. 10 years ago, it wasn't the case. So now it's in a different state. Technology evolved to such a point where the industry at one point was shifting heavily into mobile games. Like Blizzard made a bank off mobile games. Oh, I guess that's Activision, right? But Activision Blizzard. But COD Mobile was actually a good one. I played that for a while. It was fun. It was I think it was well implemented and rightfully earned its bag. But then BDO, they have BDO Mobile, which BDO Mobile isn't a bad game for what it is. It had a lot of features that the PC players would have wished for, but it was certainly something that they made a lot of money, and I think they made close to $1 billion on it. I think it was like 960 million or something around that ballpark. But it did shift the priorities, and now the priorities might still be the same, but the way they're able to implement it is different. Like this guy saying that anyone can make sorry, I should be more respectful here. David Brevik saying anyone can make games. It's much easier to get into and learn, but at the same time it's also much easier to implement new tools which make it easier. So there's a lot of moving parts in terms of the technology behind this, because that's happening in all industries, by the way. I'm sitting in project management just waiting for PMGPT to come out and kick me out, but that's just how it goes. Technology evolves, and now we're seeing things that we haven't seen before. Once upon a time, humans were the undisputed most intelligent beings in the world. Now we get to live in a lifetime where that's not the case. AI is here. Hopefully we can stay unique, and at some point it stops evolving, but I think it's going to get out of hand. Eventually it's going to start mimicking us in ways that make us special too. But that's a different segue. Well, let's not get into that one. AI and the creative process. Artificial intelligence has become a divisive force in the industry. For Brevik, the technology is both inevitable and troubling. Bro, before I read this, someone messaged me on Discord and tried to sell me their art. I get a lot of those messages, and then I'm like, no thanks. And then they're like, can you give me a reason why? I'm like, because I use AI to generate everything I need for free. I just went straight up nuclear. It's true. Try to charge me $100 for 6 emotes. That's my response. What's up, Kook? How's it going? I'm gonna call you Kookzilla. I know the name's different. How's it going, dude? How are you doing? We're just reading some stuff, going through some weird rabbit holes, as well as reading some news. It's okay. That's my name. Family friendly. Good stuff, dude. How are you doing? How's you playing BDR or what? What do you fancy? Oh, all right. So let's get into this. AI and the creative process. Artificial intelligence has become a divisive force in the industry. For Brevik, the technology is both inevitable and troubling. With AI tools becoming more common, such as art generation, coding assistance, even voiceover, what's your take on how this will impact future development? I think it's inevitable, but I'm also kind of saddened by it. I just like the fact that it uses stuff that people have created to learn from and create new things, and the people create that, and the people that created it originally don't get any kind of credit. But I don't see how we're going to stop it. Someday we'll have something like typing a prompt into ChatGPT and out comes a game. But now it's bits and pieces, and inevitably these bits and pieces will be a part of the future. I mean, if a person learns art from someone or inspired by others, are they giving credit to? I mean, I get it. I get it. We're inputting directly taking someone's art and putting it in to teach these large language models. I absolutely understand it, but there's one thing that's true in what he says. It's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. That's just how it goes. I mean, there's nothing that's gonna stop it. All we can do is try to figure out how we can ethically incorporate it into life. But companies, at the end of the day, they're only going to think about profit. If their competitors are doing something and taking like super advantage of AI and just kicking their ass, they're going to do it too. Everyone's going to do it. Shocked about Charlie Kirk? Uh, I mean, it's always sad to see someone who someone get killed like that. I mean, definitely wasn't warranted. Not really a part of the political space. I'm not sure what he does. I don't think he's done anything to warrant that, but yeah, it's unfortunate. That happens way too much. It shouldn't happen as nearly as often as you see it. Have you seen indie developers already relying on AI in their pitches? Yeah, sometimes we get a pitch documents or prototypes with AI art. Most of the time they specify saying they couldn't afford an artist. I kind of give them some slack there, but inevitably AI will be a part of the future. I think uh, there will always be a stigma. Unfortunately, artists usually lose us in that case. Yeah. Brevik Unease echoes the concerns of many creatives with a what is this? SAG after a deal specifying AI protections, it's clear that there are huge pushbacks of professionals attempting to slow down the spread of AI. While AI lowers entry barriers, it also raises ethical questions about comparison, compensation, and ownership. Still, Brevik views it as the integration into the industry. Its integration into the industry as unavoidable. And as someone who has seen AI game generation begin to show signs of life at conventions like PAX East, and struggling indie titles, it's only a matter of time before it becomes more commonplace. I mean, yeah. We can't stop it. All we can do is put in like some safety precautions for us, but like I said, let's say a government says, okay, you can only do this amount of things with AI. It's not gonna hold. It's not gonna hold. You know, they're gonna get lobbied right back onto the track the people with the money want. Because at the end of the day, if you can use AI to do the work of 20 people and this other company is hiring 10 people with some assisted AI, guess who's going to win out? Like if they can do equal level of work and quality of work, that other company's eventually gonna follow suit. That's just how it goes. I mean, it's a scary thing. Like my job, as well as a lot of other people's jobs, are up in the air. My wife's a doctor. Even her job is like, let's look down 10 years from now. Like maybe hospitals are going to be like, oh, we can use one doctor, and use these AI robots and have the doctor oversee them or something. You know, it's definitely possible, and someone out there is working on it. Mobile and monetization. Another area where Brevik has strong opinions is monetization. With game budgets ballooning, he sees free-to-play and live service models not as exploitative by default, but as necessary for survival. With games so expensive, monetization keeps shifting. Battle passes, ads, free-to-play models. What's your take? Games haven't increased much in price in 40 years. Nobody's willing to pay $200 for a game. So either we raise prices to $250 for a AAA title or AAA game, or we find other models. That's why free-to-play models and Battle Pass exist. Complaining about it isn't going to change it. This is the model. A few people pay a lot so rest can play for free, and it works. It's incredibly risky to make games, so there has to be alternatives to generate revenue. A few people pay a lot so the rest can play for free. Trying to align that to like Black Desert. I mean, it depends on the game, really, right? I mean, if you are playing for free and you're just the utter fodder, then that's no good. If it's a game where there isn't any PvP and this whale, he's off on his own or with his fellow whales doing these dungeons that raids that we're not going to touch for like 6 months, I think that's fine. That's passable. I guess it depends on the scenario, right? How it impacts the other player. It's like, oh, you're playing the game for free, but then, if it's not fun, if it's not worth playing, then they'll stop playing. Player base plummets. The whale's not going to have fun without having any fodder to stomp on, and eventually game dies. So there needs to be a balance to it. Like, can't just go in one direction. Oh, I know people want just a subscription-based game with no pay to win at all. It's not going to happen. You either compete with money or you compete with time. If a game doesn't have any sort of pay to win, then guess what? It's going to be a grind. Otherwise, there's nothing to it. Play a single-player game. I mean, what else can we do? Play a co-op game. Those are the two things. That's how it goes. Yeah, rest in peace, man. It's very unfortunate. Such things are certainly tragic. All right. Brevik frames monetization debate as economic realities. If consumers resist higher base prices, despite some games still finding success at a higher base cost, then alternative models become inevitable. We also talked about ad revenue, but Brevik pointed out that ad-supported games only really make money when they're popular. These days, mobile games that are ad-supported are a dime a dozen, so it's very hard to be profitable long-term without a breakout hit with ad revenue. Skystone Games, however, is already exploring mobile ventures, publishing US versions of popular titles like Watcher of Realms and upcoming indie projects optimized for handheld play. You guys remember when RuneScape had ads? I don't know if it still does. I haven't logged into the free-to-play one, but I remember back in the day as a kid, there was ads. So here. Oh, man. And I think it was a perk of being a member. No ads. Something like that. Web3, NFTs, and industry fads. Dude, NFTs were the most dumbest thing. Had like a couple of friends who called me up. They're like, "Oh, did you hear about these non-fungible tokens?" I'm like, "Fuck that." They're like, "It's gonna be big. It's gonna be the next thing, dude. You gotta look into it. You gotta get into it." I'm like, "Yeah." Listen, see, my perspective was I'm from the gaming side, and when NFTs became a thing, all these CEOs and morons came out and they're like, we're going to make a game which is going to be run on the blockchain and it's going to you're going to be able to sell your items. Imagine you have that sword and you can sell it for money. Like, I can already sell it. You stop me from doing it. You ban us, you deny us by not putting in the trading methods, and when we try to circumvent it, it's taboo. We could already sell our shit. I don't care if there's some hidden token that says this was dropped by Pansy on this day and date. I don't care. We can already sell stuff. It's just against the rules for most of the time. It's like it's like they thought it was going to be some huge groundbreaking thing and everyone's going to be like, wow, great technology or something. No. Freaking noobs. I don't know what they wanted from us. What was the rise and fall of Web3 and NFTs? What's your experience when that fad started? I don't see almost any Web3 things anymore. People were pitching to me constantly. That's all gone. I never officially consulted on any of it. To this day, I feel like nobody can really explain to me what an NFT is, and I'm a technical expert. If I can't understand it, I don't think anybody else can. Basically, someone figured out something that gave a certain piece of art or virtual good its own unique characteristic, which no one could replicate. That one thing is that one thing, or something like that. I don't know. But what I do know is trying to pitch that to gamers on, oh, you can sell your items for real life money to other players. I'm like, well, shit. We could already do that. It's not new. All these noobs who never been played an online game trying to think like, oh, we can make money. Shut up. This dumbest thing. Similar to art and paintings. Funniest thing was Trump making his own line of NFTs. Oh man. For Brevik, the collapse of Web3 hype isn't surprising. While we still see some holdouts for well-established titles or publishers that have seen success with Web3 games, it's clear it didn't pan out as a future of gaming, and Brevik has no interest in working in that space. I once had a sponsorship. Well, it was more like a consulting gig. They had me and three other, I don't even remember the company. They had me and three other content creators, paid us good for our time. We tried out their game. They explained, they talked for an hour, explained features and stuff, and got each of us to give out the honest opinion. One dude is like, so basically this is a worse Roblox. I'm like, he's true. He was not very tech savvy in his explanation that I had to break it down. I had to point out that feature you're saying that is so unique and special that it's on blockchain. We can do this in this game, this game, and this game. And they're like, but there's no associated thing, blockchain, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nobody cares. Like, let's say I can make this and earn money off it. What's stopping me from going to World of Warcraft, doing a raid, getting a super rare drop, and selling it? Well, the game doesn't allow me. If they allowed us to, people would sell it and still get the same thing out of it. So basically, you're trying to sell something, that was actively denied, through game system, and trying to make it sound like it's the next big thing. You're gonna have to make a good game. Like I told him, if the technology behind it sounds interesting, it sounds unique, but if you want this to be a success, you have to make a good game. Of course, they shut it down. Unfortunate. That guy seemed really passionate. It's just the guys behind it. Someone must have finally thought, yeah, this isn't gonna do anything. Revisiting Diablo and old wounds. No conversation with David Brevik would be complete without touching on Diablo, the franchise he helped create. While Skystone and consulting work keeps him busy, Brevik still carries complicated feelings about leaving the series behind. Looking back when you were designing the first Diablo, did you imagine it would grow into such a juggernaut today? When we were first designing the game and trying to find a publisher, we got rejected at least 20 times. Everyone told us RPGs were dead. Bro, how many years ago was this? This was like 25 years ago. People were telling the dude RPGs are dead. They were idiots. Everyone told us RPGs were dead. Finally, Blizzard, then Silicon and Synapse said yes. Our dream about was maybe selling 20,000 copies. If we could do that, maybe we could make a sequel. It went way beyond what we ever expected. Do you have any regrets about leaving Diablo behind? There are a few things that make me sad. Diablo definitely my baby, and leaving that behind was extremely difficult. But I don't really have regrets. The problems we had with ownership and upper management, they were a mess. So while it was sad, I'm super happy with my career. Where my career has gone and with life in general. For Brevik, Diablo will always be personal. It's a project that defined his career, but also the one that forced him to make painful choices that, in retrospect, is bittersweet. Have they ever asked you to return to the franchise? They talked a few times, but it was never the right time. At one point, we thought maybe there might be a window, but it didn't work out. Now I don't know anybody there anymore. It's so different now. There were 100 of us then. Now there are thousands. The politics are totally different. Man, that's one thing. It's one thing to work in like a company, like whether it's a game development company, whether it's, whatever tech company, even a non-tech company, you got to know how to play the politics. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how well you do your job. If you don't know how to play the politics, you're never going to get up. Like, And honestly, nowadays, you don't even need to think about moving forward. You just need to be like, all right, I did this role. I have this accolades. I'm going to go to the next one and get even more money. Yeah, you should be hopping around every 2 to 3 years, realistically. But me personally, I like to stay around 4 to 5 years and see where it's going. Me and all 3 of my companies I've been to. But it's like, yeah, with these game companies especially, I can imagine you want to do something cool, but then the next guy thought this was cool, and then their boss thinks both of you guys are idiots, go do what I say, and then his boss is like, how is this going to make me money? And then the first boss is going to be like, oh right, I need to make money, and then he changes it, and then suddenly it's even worse than before. That's just how it goes. That's just the nature of the beast, you know. You just got to hope some of them keep it intact long enough to get out a good title. Even if the door opened, Vivek is clear-eyed about reality. Returning to Diablo would mean entering an industry machine that no longer resembles the small, passionate team where it all began. But with that said, I don't think there's any developers working on Diablo that wouldn't want the game's creator to return in some capacity. Brevik has stated that there are still stories there he would have liked to tell. Maybe one day we may have a chance to hear them. Advice for indie developers. No Pac West interview would be complete without speaking to the prevalence and importance of the indie gaming scene. For smaller studios, Brevik has no shortage of practical advice. What advice would you give small studios looking for a publisher? Man, I never actually looked into this side of things where there's a game that's developed and is looking for someone to publish it. I never thought about that side of it. I'm like, if I make a game, I'd always want to publish it myself, but in some cases that might not be the best way to do it. If you can find someone who's good, you know, is not going to like kill the monetization and give you a bad rep. You know, take it off your hands. It is a ginormous effort to like publish and continue to develop and maintain a live service title. Yeah, I need to look into more on that side. It's a tough industry right now. You're going to get rejected a lot, but don't let that discourage you. Somebody will probably say yes, probably. I like how he said probably. Find the right publisher, one you trust, who prioritizes your product. Believe in what you're doing. Do your best. Don't give up. Exactly. I mean, you don't want someone who's like, okay, I like the game, but we need to make a lot more money. We're going to get it by battle passes. We're going to get it by adding this currency, allowing people to buy this. And then every few months, we're going to release this and not release it for 3 months. You know, they need to have a right head. You can point to one person a year out of 20,000 who makes a breakout hit on their own. Unless you catch lightning in a bottle, you need a publisher. Publishers give advice, feedback, set you up with practices like when to release a demo or join Steam Next Fest. People say, but publishers take half the money. Well, if they can help you make sell twice as many copies or more, then it's worth it. Yep, true. It's a perspective that cuts through the romanticism of indie success stories. While solo developers occasionally achieve breakout hits, Brevik emphasizes that they are exceptions. For most, the support and infrastructure of a publisher remains essential. Looking ahead, where do you see Skystone Games in 5 years? Our goal is to slowly grow over time and publish a whole bunch of different type of games, from free-to-play and mobile to cross-platform titles, hopefully cross-play, and maybe someday we'll do internal development. Brevik's journey from shaping Diablo to mentoring indies has been anything but linear, yet his passion for the industry is still prevalent after all this time. We thank David for his time and I hope to catch up soon. Good stuff. Never knew the name, but I should look into some of his past stuff. I'm sorry, I skipped the beginning portion because I was more interested on the AI side. But I never looked into the publisher perspective because as MMORPG players, for us, it's always like a negative relationship with the publisher. I always had a good relationship with Kakao. I never had any beef with them. But the number of people who were like, oh, fuck Kakao, is like, you know, after Kakao handed over ownership to, returned the ownership to BDO, I had a chat with one of the CMs at the time. And he was able to, you know, let some of the information out. Is like, you know, we tried to make it less pay to win and more oriented for the Western audience, but PA wouldn't let us. They said they wouldn't be able to give us an you know, support the development of a separate client or something. So essentially PA said, you know, if you want to keep getting updates, you're gonna have to keep monetizing as we do right now. So at some point, you know, I'm sure PA is like, you know what, we don't need a publisher, we'll do it ourselves. But it's like, even if they wanted to, they couldn't do it. I'll look at like Lost Ark and Amazon Games. Like AGS did a really good job with Throne of Liberty's monetization because they were able to convince, you know, NC to tone down a lot of shit, which would have been like a no fly for the Western audience. And for what it was, Throne of Liberty was a big hit on the West. Like, yeah, it didn't last forever. I mean, sure, it did. It had its tumble down, but games which prioritize PvP to that extent and affect the ordinary casual player's gameplay through PvP, they never succeed like that. They don't maintain their player base. Like, ordinary players, they want to be like, oh, I want to go grind this dungeon, open world dungeon, I'm gonna go grind it. Oh, I want to do this world boss, oh, I need a drop from world boss, I need to go do the world boss. They don't like getting killed by Ethereum every instance that there is PvP. They don't like a guild obliterating them just because they have more numbers. They're like, oh my god, that's a Zerg guild. It's like, we have 2 guilds, idiots. You got 4. Come on, fight up. No, I'm kidding. But it's like, it's one of those things. Like, at some point, people are gonna stop having fun. Only one side's gonna win. One person wins, other people lose, right? So it's like, you know, it just doesn't have the holding capacity when you implement PvP to that extent. But then PvP is designed to deny other people content. You're not farming PvP gear by getting currency from PvPing and then grinding your way up or anything. So like the value in it is more like, okay, we're securing this bot, denying this boss for other people so our guild can take it. The guilds that are winning will enjoy it, but then there's going to be a lot more losers than winners. But they, you know, excuse me, my voice is dying. We're going to have to wrap it up. But Throne of Liberty was a lot more pay to win in Korea, you know, before it came to the West. And I think largely because of the negotiations done by Amazon Games at the time, was able to make that happen. They didn't have the negotiation power with Smilegate when they released Lost Ark, or they chose not to and they thought it'll work and make a lot of money or something. I don't know what they were thinking, but it wasn't good. But luckily, you know, I personally have a good impression on a positive outlook on AGS. I don't see them negatively. They tried to make their own game, didn't work out, but instead of shutting it down, they kept developing it, fixing it, improving it. And New World, I don't think it's a terrible game now. I think it's a pretty decent title. We'll have to jump into it one of these days, probably in a month or so. Right now, there's other games in queue. I'm thinking Lost Ark might be the one that I'm going to be playing for the next week. I just need to decide on a freaking class. I don't know anything about classes there anymore. I used to play a paladin, as I said. All right, chat. I must have yapped everyone to sleep, but that's content for my YouTubes, okay? Class. I really want to be a paladin, but I also really want to play something that's going to be fun. Paladin is fun, but, you know, if I'm segregated to a support role and I'm doing, like, less fun stuff, I don't know. We'll have to see. Lost Ark is good for bossing. Otherwise, I'm not sure that all the tedious forced daily. Did they not streamline some stuff? Before, I hated that it was very altaholic, that you had to keep running these dailies on daily stuff on alts and everything, and then funnel that resources to your main, stuff like that. I heard they removed the requirement for alts or something. Yeah, dailies and weeklies are just such a shitty thing. Like, I understand some raids you're gonna have to weekly lock it, but then overdoing dailies and stuff. Dailies should be optional. For optional things, I'm okay with them doing dailies, but then like mandatory progression, I hate dailies. I just wait for Guild Wars 3 on Arcade. Oh, you did mention that earlier, didn't you? Guild Wars 3, it's gonna take at least 3 to 4 years. I promise you that. They're still working on new expansions for Guild Wars 2. Unless they have a wholly different development team. I definitely think so. Maybe even 5. MMORPGs take time to build up. And ArenaNet, are experts at it, but I also think they hold themselves to a high standard, and they're not going to release it half-assed. I think they learned a lot of great things in Guild Wars 2. Like when Guild Wars 2 first came out, it was pretty rough. The systems for PvP, structured PvP, it changed so many times. It wasn't like once they reached Heart of Thorns, they started getting some momentum, and they really hit their stride with Path of Fire. And they spent 3-4 years in Path of Fire and really nailed down their process. So I think if they're gonna do Guild Wars 3, it'll have to be at a certain standard before they release it. I'm enjoying old school RuneScape. Dude, my man. I've been grinding mining today. I did some star mining, then it's like it's burning my crystal pickaxe way too much for little gain, so I went back to MLM. Both expansions? Yeah. I don't like the yearly expansions. I can't keep up with that. And Arcade, it's going to be a complete different game to Arcade. So it's like, we'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll judge it for what it is. I really can't be hyped for it, though. I mean, like, it's just another game. We'll see if it's good. We'll see if it's good. A RuneScape, I'm trying to, like, max there, but it's, like, such a grind, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm at 91 mining, like 250, 280k away from 92. And then I have to hit 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Bro, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Just going to have to keep throwing some time at it, chip away at it little by little. Trailers are trailers. Remember Chrono Odyssey? Arcade was certainly a solid game, but this isn't like the same company that's like the same development team or the company that's handling it now, though, right? It's changed hands enough times. So let's see if they stay true to the original concept and, you know, build something better, or if they're trying to do something different, just holding the name of Arcade. If you don't count the pay to win, the shit they did, they'll certainly be pay to win. I don't see. Well, here's the truth of this, right? Every single MMORPG is pay to win. Tell me an MMORPG and I'll tell you how I can spend money and win over someone who doesn't. That's just the nature of it. It's the degree of pay to win that we have to watch out for. Hopefully they don't do, you know, hopefully it's not too outrageous and it's within reason. That's all we can hope for, right? It can be pay to win, but not extreme. Exactly. There needs to be some limits to it, right? They shouldn't, like, you know, hold us from doing certain aspects of the game unless we pay. Shouldn't be like we walk into PvP, that person pays, so therefore they win by default, you know? It has to be within reason. But the thing is, like, the truth of the matter is always going to be either you pay with money or you pay with time. So we can just hope that it's a balance at the most of it. Like, it's not too much money, it's not too much time. I don't want to grind for 6 months. At the same time, I don't want to spend $300. Maybe like $20, $30. That's fine. But I mean, in Guild Wars 2, it's like their design, it took them years to get it right, and they finally did. And I think, you know, it's certainly one of the better designs. Like, people think, oh, gear's not a big progression. I'm like, there is gear progression in there. Like, you do need to go out and do stuff to get those ascended pieces with the right stats. And then if you want to go and get legendary, you have to go and raid for it and stuff and do other things. Like, there is gear progression. People say, oh, it's too linear and like too horizontal, and like, then you haven't played it. And then you haven't played it. It's like you do so many different things to go get your different pieces of gear. What are you doing in other games? You're going and doing different dungeons, different raids to get your gear. Same thing. It's like you're doing different activities to get to progress. It's a perspective thing. I think I like that they made it their own. It's their own thing. No other game has replicated, nor can they do it. You know, that's one thing that's special about Guild Wars 2. Anyway, guys, it's 1:15 a.m. I think I'm gonna call it here. I think I had a pretty chill stream. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night. appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm sure I put many dozens of players to sleep by now. Good night, everybody. It's time to go to sleep. Stream again tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.
There are stains on your phone.